It says we're live.
All right. Are we? Let's see. I'm waiting for it to pop up. Okay. It's not popping up yet, but I'm gonna assume we good. Oh, we're not.
It's about like 30-second delay, right?
30 seconds. It'd be instant for me, bro. I don't know.
Oh, Vex, you be acting
Okay.
up.
Instantaneous.
We good. We good. We
Okay.
good. We good. We good. We
Got
are
him.
good.
Got
Just to start, shout out to Vex. We gonna let you cook, Joe. It's all good. It's all good. All right. What episode is this?
It's episode 4.
Episode 4.
Episode
Look at
4 of the
that,
reboot.
Yeah, we getting pretty old, man. Episode 4, Jesus. Welcome to One Piece University, episode 4 on Marshall D. Preach's channel, the reboot, I guess you could say. Season 2, let's just call it that. But anywho, as you guys can see, we have some very, very special guests with us today. I like to call them the cousins of OPU because we've watched each other grow in similar fashions, and I just love to see them doing their thing, and I'm sure they feel the same about us. We've been on their channel before. We live reacted to the live action preview trailer, whatever, and it's all love whenever it comes to the Last Ark. So shout out to the guys. Appreciate y'all for coming on today. Look forward to having a very good, fun, legendary stream, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
For sure. What's good, chat? What's good, chat? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Big Groove, 419 Bungo. Gotta get free membership. Okay, I see you, Vex, making it rain for sure. He was not lying.
he was not.
I told you, my finger was hovering over the button like right when we went live. I was like, let's go. Let's go. I saw 10 people in the chat. I was like, that's all I need, baby. Like,
For sure. All right, well, we're gonna let the Last Ark crew introduce themselves and tell a little bit of backstory about. Well, not even that gotta be no backstory. Just plug yourself. Let the folks know who you are, and also I need you guys to give your strongest current agenda that you're pushing. So we're gonna start with you, Smokey. Talk to me.
Oh, wow. Starting with me. Okay. What's up, guys? My name is Smokey. I have my own YouTube channel, Grand Line Bound. I'm one of the newest members of TLA. I love these guys, and I love you guys, OPU. Yeah, we all have love for you guys, man, and we all want to see you guys get it, just like us. Yeah, and for the agenda that I'm pushing. Well, I'm always pushing that disco piece. My TLA Nakamoto know about that. But the newest one is I'm pushing that God Valley was turned into Egghead. You know what I mean? That's the agenda that I'm pushing so far until I'm proven wrong. That's the one I'm going hard.
Interesting. We're gonna have to touch on that a little bit later after
No.
we get past the chapter parts. It's a lot of heavy chapters, so we'll see.
Let's put it lightly, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, Coob of the Red Sea. Let's hear it. Talk
What
to
up?
me. What you got?
What up, guys? So first of all, thank you for the invite. Always loving, to chat with OPU. And yeah, so I'm Cube of the Red Sea. You can find me on the Last Ark. I am committed 100% of TLA, so I have no other channel. So just go check out the Last Ark. And as for my agenda, well, now with the recent chapter, I believe that the sapphire disease plus the amber lead disease that came out a year before that was pushed by the world government to push out the OPU economy to come out.
That is
Just to make it
Kinda
appear.
I like that. That's very interesting. I want to, we obviously going to talk about that. So I really want to hear you dive into that a little further later on.
Yeah.
But all right, Lucas, let's hear it. The very
what is-
enigmatic Lucas. He's a character.
Yes.
Y'all can find that out.
Yes. That is the highest compliment you could give me, my man. I'm Straw Hat Lucas, helmsman of the Last Ark. You can find me on the Last Ark YouTube channel. That'd be the Last Ark or the Last Ark Live. You can also find me on TikTok. I'm going for 3,000 followers right now, and I'm going to do a bikini stream where I read NSFW One Piece stuff.
bruh.
On
Bruh.
stream in a bikini. It's going to be the cringiest thing you'll ever watch. So, promote your boy. As far as agendas go, I actually do have a spicy one I'll probably click on a lot more later about Emu making a Faustian deal for themselves and the Five Elders. Basically making a deal with the devil to get the powers they have. But yeah, that's what I've been pushing for the past
That's fire. Yeah, I want to hear more about that too.
Yeah. I'm glad. I love that y'all agendas are pretty much like connected to the chapter because it's gonna be a lot of discussion about not just the chapter but this stretch of information we've been getting. So yeah,
I'm glad y'all was able to pay attention because once I heard Straw Hat Lucas in a bikini, my head was like, "Whoa!" And I just stopped listening.
JJ,
I'm fearing it, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I announced it and then immediately looked at my hands shaking and said, "What have I done?"
No, the two piece is real.
Oh God! Oh man! Well, I probably won't be there to see it, but I'm rooting for you to get through.
Oh, thank you. That's appreciated, man.
Support from the distance. Support from the
distance.
Sometimes you have to.
All right, Vex. Let's hear it. Shout out to Vex, the legend himself.
Hey, what's good? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vexus, the lurking legend. Most people just call me Vex. Super stoked to be here. I got my own channel. I'll plug it in the chat in a second, where I do a One Piece D&D content, and I'm also spitting over on TLA like multiple times every week. Super hyped for the next Chadmiral stream and stuff like that. So you guys can catch me there, and I'm always in OPU chats. Been like ride or die with OPU for like 9 months now, so most of y'all probably have seen me before. Welcome everybody. Make sure you like the stream. And I guess for my agenda, man, I got so much in my brain right now cooking off this last chapter. I think that I'm actually fully on board with the clone piece stuff right now. I think Bonney's actually a clone. I know we got like the whole birth of Bonney. I think that's a red herring. I think it's more than that.
That's interesting. I want to agree. I want to agree, but man, the way Oda throwing the kitchen sink at Kuma right now, I just wouldn't be surprised if he just got to pour it on some more, man. Yeah.
Listen, man, shout out Vex, man. He been going hard in the chat every stream. It feels like he goes crazy in there. So shout out to him, man.
Vex is
Hey, you gave me a wrench. I'm gonna use it, man. Like, I gotta come through for honestly, TLA and OPU, two of the biggest, influential, groups in me getting out of my shell and being a part of the community. Wouldn't be where I am without everybody here. So
yeah, appreciate it, bro.
Y'all.
Enough to make a grown man cry.
I'm gonna have to pop out at One Piece D&D one day. Man, I gotta give it a try. I've been playing Baldur's Gate, so I'm getting familiar with D&D, man. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, we gotta get you on one, man. It's insane. Would you guys mind if I said I plugged the Discord a little bit for that D&D?
Go for it.
Yeah. If anybody in the chat wants to do some One Piece D&D or some traditional D&D, we're also trying to get Naruto games running and stuff like that. Join the Last Ark Discord. Vex has already dropped the link in the chat because that's my boy. We'll get you set up with a DM, and you can just have some fun, play some D&D. You can stream it if you want. You don't have to though. We help. Get out there.
All right. So as y'all can see, we don't have Prince or Zane yet. They will be here. They will be late. Prince sent me, said he was coming, and he said something that worried me a lot when he said he was gonna come. He said it was coming with Dragon Slander insult.
Oh no!
God, I'm feeling bad.
Oh,
so
no.
you know what? Our first take for the week is going to be a discussion of this Dragon Slander. But because I want to give Prince a little time to get here, y'all want to go ahead and just do chapter ratings real quick?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm about it.
I'm about whatever. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. JJ, talk to me. The harshest grade starts first.
Jeez, you had to come at me first, man. Like, yo, when I've read this chapter a few times, and actually going through the chapter, it's so hard to actually equate the pain with a number. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything about this is tragedy. I really to this point still. If I just got to come up with a number, let me just go ahead and throw 8 out there because you're able to feel the pain. But it's not. I guess in regard to a flashback, it's still one of the toughest ones that we had to go to, probably the worst altogether. But I don't know how to equate it in the way when you thinking of peak peace, this is it, but it's sad peak peace. I just don't know how to rate. It's tough to put a number on this chapter for real. I don't know.
I got you. Preach, you got a couple of super chats if you want to go to them before you give your rating.
Oh yeah, I see Darius Lanham. He says Shanks Hockey Dome main expansion was great. I'm guessing that's a reference to the anime, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And shout out to you, bro. First super chat on the live stream. Appreciate it, bro. Who we got next? We got 10 gifted from Vex. I see multiple in here, but I think did you do it two times already?
Yes,
He's done it
sir.
like 4
Damn, bro.
times.
Yeah.
Bro, shout out
No,
to
I
you, bro.
just
No,
did it again. Yeah.
I appreciate
My
that,
bad,
bro.
guys. It's a habit.
Jeez.
We see Mr. Bushido Perona is Bonnie's half sister. I'm okay. Like we got the pink here. I could kind of see it, but it's just I think I need to hear more of that theory, to be honest. But I could kind
I
of
think
see
I know
where
where
you're
he's
going
coming
though.
from. I think he's coming from the Kuma and Moria scene where he meets him and he's like, they're just talking. You feel me?
Yeah.
And he's like, if you want to go anywhere, that's the first time he dropped that line in the story, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I would love to hear more of that for sure. Oh man. Let me hit on the chat a little bit before I give my rating. Shout out to 3-day trip doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
That's the
The
goal.
The pirate queen herself.
The
Yes.
queen.
The pirate queen herself.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got emojis in here. We got emotes in here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you want to send me
that's
some creative things, man, I'm kind of new with this whole like streaming thing, bro. So if you got any ideas for emojis, just let me know.
Yeah,
Oh, I got you, bro.
Can we,
I'll swarm your
can we
DMs.
create
Don't
like
worry.
Vex is on
we need to
it.
create one emoji based off all of our agendas. So of course, a green bull
fire, yeah.
emoji. We'll see. That'd be
Gotta
dope.
get a
That'd
green bull one for Krow, yeah, for sure.
They go. All right, Smokey, give me your rating 1 to 10, big dog. Let's hear it.
Oh man.
Hold on, preach. You didn't get to
Oh,
give your
yeah,
rating.
my bad.
That was okay.
No, yo, I'm happy that you gave JJ the harshest grading now because for a while it was me, but I think now recently in the latest chapters I've just been in love with One Piece recently. So I think it's just when I love something I love it. When I don't like it, I'm just vocal about it. But I think like once again, bro, it's just another easy 9 or 10. I'm gonna side with I think a 9 right now. But considering what we see next chapter, I think next chapter could be a 10 for sure.
Yeah, that's a lot. Like I said, JJ is definitely the harshest grader, but you ain't far behind. But you have been,
Fair enough.
you've been nice lately. You've been nice lately.
I just been loving One Piece lately, bro. It's like Kuma, God Valley, it's too much good stuff, man.
all of our numbers been similar, and I just get painted with this picture. I don't get it.
That's how the world goes sometimes,
Ain't that the truth?
All right, Smokey, talk to me. What you got?
I'm kind of with Jay right there. We're like it's at an 8. You know what I mean? Like this chapter, there's some heavy implications, man. We don't know if they're true. We don't know what's going on, but if the implications are correct, this is a heavy one. This is a heavy one. It's gonna fall in line with one of the saddest backstories, in my opinion. And it's the simple stuff too. Like I was telling everybody, like Kuma worships a god, a sun god, and then like one of his best friends, some would call him love of his life or whatever, she ends up contracting the disease that basically like sunlight affects her, and moonlight to add on top of that. And then who said it earlier? I think it was Mark who was like, so basically Bonney spent her whole childhood locked up in that church. And I was like, oh dude, that's crazy. That's why almost like her whole childhood. So yeah, I give it an 8, but Oda is cooking. I definitely want to get back to the God Valley stuff, but yeah, that's my rating right there. It's a good solid 8.
I like that.
Go ahead. I was gonna say like he brought up it's like such a tragedy and stuff, but it's, for me I don't usually like sad things in One Piece, or not just in One Piece, just in general. But I think One Piece does it so well, bro. It's like it's such a contrast from what we usually see with Luffy and the Straw Hats and everything. So when Oda does it, it's gonna hit hard.
Right. It makes the good times even better, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
That Kuma smile picture.
Dude,
Looking at that now, bro, it's tough. For the past week, I've been doing nothing but just going back and watching all of Kuma's scenes. So it's just like, man.
Or even when he's looking at Dragon, when he's talking to Dragon in this chapter, and he's like, Dragon's telling him how he was like in the Navy, just like him smiling at Dragon, like his admiration. I was like, man, it's crazy seeing Kuma in a different light, and it kind of makes me think what's gonna happen to him. Like I don't know.
I think AK is gonna be one of the saddest arcs. I really do think
Yeah.
Kuma's gonna die at the end.
Oh, yeah,
Like he's been setting that up. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
Man.
Only the good die in One Piece.
Yeah,
Only
for
the
sure, for sure. Shout out to Brandon King with the 199. Saturn Satan is Bunny's dad, and Jesus is her father. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, the chat is going wild.
I like that. That's interesting. I need you to
we got
elaborate a
Big
little more on that.
duality there.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
Saturn,
working
we
with
got
the
Perona.
wording. Sorry, yeah.
We got a weird. We got interesting family tree.
Yeah. Garlic out here wilding, bro. Mr. Bushido says
Crow,
garlic.
you got a link to that to the scenes for Kuma or something, or
Nah, I just been going through. I just typed in Kuma One Piece on YouTube, and I just
okay. I
took
was about to
everything I
say,
saw.
gee.
Nah, I wish somebody should make a playlist. You know what I'm saying? With him, but yeah.
Right. They will, like an AMV
Oh,
or
for
something.
sure. Especially once Egghead starts getting animated.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Mr. Bushido
Once a week,
says-
I go back and I watch the whole Roof Piece fight. I love watching the Roof Piece fights on the
Beautiful,
anime.
right?
And
It's Liddy. It's like one of the littest fights so far.
filler, but
absolutely.
Mr.
Did someone
Bushido
just say
says,
filler?
no, I just
Oh,
said
I heard that.
that.
He stuck it in there. He just stuck that in there.
Heard it.
Oh man! All right, Mr. Bushido says Garlic had pink hair. Why draw attention to Shanks being red hair Shanks? There's something notable about his hair being red. I was on the train about Shanks' hair being a different color from Garlic's, and that's why he kind of abandoned him. But I don't know about pink. But like I said, Mr. Bushido has some amazing theories. So I'm sure if I read more into this, he might convince me. But yeah, Lucas, let's get that rating, big dog.
10 out of 10. Like, I can't say it enough. 10 out of 10. Right out the gate, man. I'm a dad, and when I read those panels, man, of like Bonney calling Kuma daddy and like him telling Ginny that he was going to carry her will and make sure her daughter lives well, like I lost it. I didn't even lie. The first time I read it, my heart was just racing the whole time, but I read it a second time when I got home that day because I read it at work at first. And like just reading over it, man, like you guys are saying, it's an emotionally damaging arc. Like it's like flashback. It's gonna go up there for one of the saddest for sure. A lot of hype in the chapter too, with Dragon and making moves and seeing Kuma go to war. Like it's definitely something I wasn't expecting to get, but I'm very glad we got at the same time, no matter how difficult of a subject it is.
No, for sure. It's man.
It's interesting too with that because it's like Oda. A lot of characters they don't even know their dad. Like Luffy, you got like Ace and stuff. So, and a lot of like I feel like when he does like same thing with what we said with the sad stuff. When he does the family stuff right, it just hits hard, bro. Like even when I'm thinking about Senor Pink, like just those simple moments.
Oh my God, Senor Pink is my boy.
It's just like Oda when he really gets in his bag, bro. He knows what he's doing for real.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed, 100%.
He'll have you looking at your relationships in life like, man, do you really fuck with me like that?
Yeah, but those family moments hit hard at One Piece, bro.
They really do.
I'll tell you another thing too. Something like a bell rings in my head. That's a good pun actually. But whenever the Sky Island, Sky P is mentioned, I'm like, oh, what are you cooking, Oda? Something I'm like, man, what are you trying to do right now?
I feel that because when I first saw that in the chapter, I was thinking like, bro, the Skypiea fans every time it's even mentioned, bro, like they go crazy on Twitter. I see them going crazy.
I go crazy. I go buck wild. I'm one of those people.
Guys, I gotta point out that the chat's going wild saying Kuma's the best dad, and I just gotta say Kuma is not a stepdad. He's the dad that stepped up.
That stepped up.
You know what's crazy? Hold on.
He doesn't beat Kyros to me. I think
I was
Kyros
just about to say
is still
Kyros,
number one.
Yeah, Kyros is number one. Yeah, Kyros.
But
Bro.
he's building it up to be like a case. What? Whoa.
I love Kyros and Dressrosa's in my top 3, but you gotta shout out to Capone Gang Beige. That is the man.
Baby, dude.
Kaz is such a gangster baby, bro. I swear.
I think for me, Beige and Kyros are on top. It's just the whole thing of Kyros is he stayed with his daughter even though no one knew who he was, and he was literally called the most despicable toy because he had freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
okay.
it's tough. It's tough for 10 years. You know, it's rough.
That's Conqueror's hockey too. Kiro's definitely
Yeah.
like Conqueror's.
He could,
And
bro.
we're going on-
Heroes was in like a different situation because I feel like he never got to reach his potential. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like he could maybe
Facts.
have Conqueror's hockey.
He
if
was
could
such a
awaken it.
G in the arena, dude. He was such a G.
Well, yeah,
His
because that's what I'm saying.
body,
Like
everything.
he dominated that arena, right? And it's like, to me, that's the same thing as if Luffy grew up and he just dominated his entire town and stuff. Like a similar, not to Luffy's level, but something similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same chat that was calling Kuma a cuck last week. Now
Oh, man.
Kuma's the best. Okay,
Oh,
you see how
no.
quick they switch up. I want y'all to
Oh,
keep that in
man.
mind. How quick they switch up on characters.
Keep
I
that
want
same
remember that
energy.
for a future conversation. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dude,
Chat was going crazy last week.
and then you know
Acting up.
the
Is that him?
Yo,
oh,
it's-
he's here.
That's him.
Oh
that
gosh, no.
What up, what up?
Oh, watch out, Dragon
Get outta
Slender
here.
coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get there. Cool. Let me get that rating off you, big dog.
okay. For me, I might shock a lot of people. Me, it's a 20 out of 10.
Yeesh.
Honestly.
Yes, love you, Cube.
And I'll add because I'm happy that Preach brought up Ace, and the reason why is I'm a huge Revolution Army. Sorry, Prince, a huge Dragon fan in Revolution Army. You know, since they were introduced in this hobby, they got me always interested. And there was something that always interests me is how people always talk about Kuma, and then when you see his backstory and you realize, like, you know, even when the Rev sees Kuma all broken up and you see them all destroyed, and that's why, like, it's such a powerful thing because you kind of realize Oda's been preparing this. Like, everyone's been saying it. They destroyed what Kuma was. He destroyed what Kuma was. And then now you're seeing the flashback and you're saying, oh, I hate Celestial Dragons. I hate the Gorosei.
Right.
Like, they literally destroyed the person because he believed at a god that they didn't want him to believe in. So that's why for me it's a 20 out of 10. Because for me, after reading this chapter, I felt every emotion of the other chapters. The other ref were freaking about Kuma. Sabo, Battle Betty,
Right.
when they're crying about
Right.
Kuma. You felt it in this chapter.
That's a good point. Because when you first
Yeah.
see Kuma, you're like, it's hard to like gauge what type of person he is. He's a cyborg. He's very like, he's just like a big giant force. But then this backstory, like, you're like, oh, he was a good dude, man. He was a real good dude for sure.
You should know-
Him absorbing
you should
the
know-
pain.
You should know, up to right now, Kuma has only smiled in the flashback. That's how sad it is.
Damn.
Mm.
He doesn't have his personality anymore. That's how sad it is.
He was cooking right now.
Yeah. So yeah, 20 out of 10.
20
respect it, I
man.
respect
Nah, I can respect that for sure, bro.
I mean, is that for sure? Vex.
I just gotta say real quick, like, what's good, Prince? I'm sorry you came in here and had to dodge like 4 strays, like halfway in through the door. But
Nah, you're good. Don't worry.
I mean, for me, I think Egghead Oda has done such a like he's cooking completely different. And if this were like a chapter that was in any other arc, it would be a 10 out of 10 for me. But he's redefined what a 10 is. I'm gonna have to give it like a soft 9. But what I will say about the chapter is it made me put Kuma in my top tier. Like this is one of my absolute favorite backstories. This chapter, although I can't call it like a legitimate 10 out of 10 because of the fire that we've been getting all Egghead long. It's this has definitely upped some of my it's changed my top favorites list of characters because of this chapter. A few people have definitely been bumped up, and so I mean but I just and like Tori Mori, one of my absolute W players in my D&D campaign, he was saying earlier, retroactively, I could see this becoming a 10, but as it is right now, 10 is just a whole nother thing on Egghead, so I have to give it a 9.
Yeah,
You know,
that's valid.
I can see that.
Because going back to what Cube said too, it's like me and Wizard of Voice, we always say with One Piece and other stories too, but mostly with One Piece. I think Oda gives it a chance where it surpasses what a typical 10 is. How you're saying, like, if he's redefining what a 10 is in this case with One Piece, if it's a chapter that hits you so hard personally, then I could see it being even like an 11 out of 10. How he said 20 out of 10. Like if it's at an emotional level, I think that emotional side of it can go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Very true. And I want to
Very
piggyback
well.
off of that.
The Blackbeard slander is here too.
Blackbeard.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
I would
oh,
also say, like,
100%.
Trust me. I'm not talking about Blackbeard, brother. But yeah, go ahead,
I
Prince.
think-
Son.
Oh, I was just about to say, I like this chapter is just another great example of what only One Piece can do. I mean, obviously, a lot of animes like have flashbacks and backstories, but Oda does like a huge. I've been like, noticing a lot while rewatching One Piece, and it's that Oda always has this habit of creating this peak environment and peak climax that he's creating it in a certain arc in a certain story, and then all of a sudden you shift to a backstory and a flashback. And in most cases, obviously the audience would be extremely mad. They're like, okay, we get the backstory, I just want to get back to what's going on in the current story in the present day, and then we'll understand. But Oda has this gift of making the backstory so damn good that it creates an even better like understanding of the current day situation, which what a flashback is supposed to do. But there are some cases where the backstory is even better than the current day aspects in some arcs, which is how good Oda is at like doing all these backstories for all these different characters. And it's all these different perspectives that Oda gives us that's really key in understanding the whole world and stuff like that. So Kuma's probably the most intense case so far, and that's why I've been loving it. So for me, this is another 10 out of 10 chapter. Like this Kuma backstory hitting like chapter after chapter with more and more crazy stuff. And I know like people are expecting dragon slander from me. I'll just say this outright that obviously
Hold on. We're gonna do the hot takes for dragon next.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know.
We ain't made it there yet. I was waiting on you.
Okay. Waiting for it. Okay. All right. Fair enough. But yeah, I'll just say it outright. 10 out of 10 chapter.
Okay.
My man.
Okay. I'm gonna go 9, and the reason why I think it's similar to what Vex was saying. Oda, what a 10 for Oda is like. Dandy Man just made a good point. Shanks one tapping kid, like you know what I'm saying. Like that is like.
Yes.
There's such a standard that Oda has created with his 10 out of 10s that this is. I can see you saying this 10 out. Anyone saying this is a 10 out of 10, right? This is an amazing chapter. Emotional wise, if you ask me to rate the emotions in this chapter, I would give you an easy 20 out of 10, just like cool. But overall, you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at the chapter and I'm comparing it to what we have all like, even with like I said, JJ and Preacher, my harshest graders, have all come in here and called a 10. I gotta say this is a 9 in comparison to them. But there's no slight to the chapter. It's an amazing chapter. I teared up when I look back at all the Kuma stuff, like I said I was doing. He's definitely top 3 favorite characters for me now. So shout out to my boy.
Nah, going off what you said, Krow, it's like you brought up Kid and Shanks, right? It's like, to me, there's different. Like that's still an emotional chapter, but that's just a different type of emotion. That's just pure hype, bro. That's
hype.
But that's still emotional.
Hype. We've been waiting so long for Shanks, so that was pure hype. It could be like that for Mihawk.
But yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, shout out to Mihawk.
Well, Mihawk, Dragon, all the ones we haven't seen yet, Rocks, like all the ones we haven't seen yet, regardless of the slander that's going around with them, and especially Blackbeard. Whenever we find out what Oda's hiding with Blackbeard, because we know he likes to cut the end of his fights for some reason, of course. It's gonna be pure hype. But you guys are absolutely right.
It will be Mihawk versus Green Bull. I'm calling it now.
Ooh.
Mihawk taking the dub. It's going to be a tough fight there.
I would love to see that.
I'm telling you, Cross Guild has to solidify themselves.
I agree.
Vex again.
Vex, you're in stream. How are you doing this? Like, I don't even understand. Bro, like, this is
like a habit. It's like a habit at this point.
What is going on?
He got a script on his phone that just does it automatically, bro.
Yeah, exactly. He's coded it. He's ready for it.
I want to see my boy Fujitora, man. I want to see my boy Fujitora get back.
See, that's my thing. I was saying that I think that Green Bull is a Mihawk victim because Fuji. I think that Cross Guild has to hunt someone down, like with a big name. I don't think T-Bone is enough. But we know that there's much more to Fuji's story as like potential next fleet admiral and all that. And Green Bull is just a jackass, so if anybody's to get defeated,
Target.
Hard facts though, man. Like he is just a jackass. Like he's arrogant.
Everybody wants to see Green Bull lose.
But I mean, at the same time, if you think about it, Fujitora was a big influence in regards to the warlords not being warlords anymore.
That's true.
So then
Very true.
1,000%.
with cross builds being all warlords,
Right.
that could be the
1,000%.
perfect way to get their get back.
Yeah, 'cause
Do you
I-
think that-
when they invaded Mihawk's Island, I first thought Fujitora was going to fight Mihawk.
No,
Right.
no, that's over. I'm talking about Fuji, by
You-
the way.
Do you guys think that Dofi will join Cross Guild?
Yes.
I don't know
You know
about
what?
I think
Cross
so,
Guild,
I
but
think so.
I know that Dofi is planning the most devious plan of all time in jail right now. He's putting
Why
He's-
wouldn't he? Why
Bro,
wouldn't
I'm
he?
telling you, he's going to be
Yeah, no,
a
no,
force to recken with if he gets out.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
the way
made a
that I see
video-
it,
I made a video before talking
Go
about
ahead.
who I think will join Cross Guild, and I do think Dofi fits because Buggy already took over what he had before, and it just fits perfectly, especially when you consider Dofi has so much information that they need.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
I would
And what
say
we
that,
talking about?
me-
To add on that, if you look at Oda's talking in SBS about the Doflamingo pirates and Workworks Delphoid were just upgraded with Doflamingo pirates, and they escaped Workworks before being transferred to Impel Down. And Buggy said to Mr. 2 he will come and get him. I think that Oda is preparing the breadcrumbs for it.
Yeah.
Like they're all
Hey,
together
guys.
now.
Hey guys, real quick, I gotta go. I lost track of time. I'm gonna go make dinner for the family. But OPU, I appreciate you guys having me. PLA, you know I love you guys, and I really appreciate you guys having me.
Of course.
Appreciate you coming
Better
on,
smoke.
bro.
Hey, for sure,
Hey,
for sure.
before
you guys.
Smokey goes, before you go, everybody here needs to go watch his Alabaster Arc review on YouTube. Like, it is amazing.
So
He
fire.
got so much of the community to do voices for characters and shit. So everybody in chat, everybody here, go watch that Alabaster Arc review because it's amazing.
I want OPU on that one day. Maybe Cypher Pole, maybe Goro say. I'll leave it at that. I love you guys.
Listen, I got you. Hey, I
I'm
got
gonna add it to my
you.
watch later.
I love that voice. I mean,
I'm
not
mad, though.
a
I've been holding a personal vendetta with Smokey ever since he said Dragon Ball Z wasn't a good story. I wanted to give him some of that smoke, and I think he felt it. You know what I'm saying? That's
You
why
can
he
give me
did
the
that.
smoke because I also think that Dragon Ball is much more superior storytelling wise than Dragon Ball Z.
That's fine, but yo, we can't downplay it like it ain't like yo. We come there for the hands, but don't act like the story like yo. The way they built Super Saiyan was perfect. Y'all playing like
Yeah, but after
Majin
Super
Vegeta,
Saiyan,
too.
it just got cyclical.
I think Majin Vegeta was my favorite moment, like out of all of Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a hard left turn.
Yeah,
For
for me,
Dragon
it's
Ball
got to
fans.
be Gohan Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, that's peak too.
Yeah.
Like there's
I'm
peak moments in
sorry.
Dragon Ball Z, but
The storyline
That story.
between Namek and until the end of Cell is crazy. First, they're not
Yeah.
able to save a planet. Then there's a guy from the future who tells them you all died and those stuff, and then they're defeated. They're gonna be defeated by something that defeated them. That defeated something that defeated them in the future. Man, that's why, like I say, like in Dragon Ball Z at that time, you thought they would all fail. That's why I said the story was very compelling at the time.
yeah,
It's
he
one
should
of
have
the
ended
stories
it at Cell Saga.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah, that was the plan.
200%, 200%.
That's
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
though.
for me,
Without
the
Cell
Cell Saga
Saga.
was
Oh,
like-
sorry.
I just say like the Cell Saga was like the pain arc for me with Naruto. I was just like, this would have been like a perfect place to bookend things. I mean, I'm still happy with some things that I got afterwards in both, things I'm referring to, but that was like everything after that just kind of felt different,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say too. Is that the Buu Saga? Without it, though, we wouldn't have got Majin Vegeta or Vegeta's sacrifice. It was a really good arc for Vegeta.
Or Gotenks. Gotenks, I really like Gotenks and Majin Buu. So yeah, Gotenks, I did like the whole concept of Gotenks.
Eh,
Which is fun.
Super Saiyan 3 was the most useless shit. Anyway,
Thank you, JJ.
Yeah.
This is why I'm fucking with you.
He said,
Bro, I did
no,
see
he said, I don't need eyebrows. I don't like get rid of them. Like,
this Alabasta video. I saw it in the Discord. It's a dope thumbnail.
yeah, the
Yeah.
thumbnail is fire.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought it was a really great thumbnail.
I got to do some voice acting if you need that, man. I'll be somebody.
Yeah, I'm Bon Clay in it.
perfection, absolutely perfect as Bon Clay. I love it. Like,
Thank you.
bro.
All right, man. So we might want to start talking about the chapter. Who knows? What y'all say?
Let's talk about Dragon.
We got to get to this.
I wanted to
Wait,
speak
real-
on.
before we talk about the chapter, can we talk about the chapter? Like, what's everything okay with Oda? What's going on? Why it look like this?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a theory. A couple years ago, when he was drawing the Kyros and Rebecca flashback, he turned it in very late because he was crying while drawing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that could be the reason why he was late with this one. He couldn't finish up because he was so sad drawing it. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping it's not a health thing. Personally, that might just be me coping. But you know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's
I
what
I
I'm
think
worried about.
it's
Is
really
that not
realistic. Yeah, I mean, he was very transparent with his health whenever that was a topic
Yeah.
that needed to be brought up. I think he would have he would have had some PR out if there was an issue with that specifically. I think it is exactly what you said, is that it's like it's like what happened in Dressrosa, and I honestly understand it after reading the chapter.
Well, didn't he make some comments about Jump like rushing him with this one and not allowing him to take a break between the last chapter and this one?
I didn't see that. I'm not sure.
I think I saw that on Twitter, but it might not have been like legit. It is
And
Twitter.
also, and the fact that he did not do the fact that he didn't do his usual like letter that he drops on the social media for everyone to see. It was like someone from his team that, you know, and then we got from one of the leakers explaining it. It does feel like it was more like it was such a hard because it's gonna be a dark story, like preparing us for this dark chapter, you know, or the next chapters as well being darker.
Danny Man said he's just trying to prove why he needs to take breaks. I can definitely see that bit of thing too. That's hilarious. So, any other thoughts on the chapter?
I had while we were speaking on like Doflamingo and the breadcrumbs and everything being set up, like obviously Cross Guild was a big thing that put it back into our mind, and then seeing like the S Flamingo like get reveal, which we still don't know what that little guy can do. But honestly, I think Doflamingo is probably the best parallel to Kuma after seeing this whole situation.
Bro, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? They were introduced together.
Yeah, exactly.
When they came in, like
but
I was watching that.
Like a celestial dragon fall from on high and become like the heavenly demon, and then Kuma being a clergyman, a man of the cloth, like a cleric, and like him doing like and getting the hands of liberation and things like. I think there's a lot more to it as well, but
Dofi being able to the guy that controls people, Kuma frees people, like it's crazy.
I can actually see it. Your killed Chaka just like Doflamingo killed his father with a rifle and everything, like point blank to the head. Like there's something there. I do agree.
It's kind of like Luffy and Blackbeard to the point where they've experienced a lot of the not experience, but they have a lot of the same things happen to them, but they like execute their vision and or like what they want to do with what they've experienced quite differently.
Yeah,
Bonney also could be a parallel or a reflection of Doflamingo. He's a celestial dragon that was born or raised in the outside world, and it turned him like malicious. But she's, from what we've seen, a celestial dragon that was raised in the outside world, and she's a perfectly well-rounded in air quotes person.
Bruh.
It kind of makes me think a lot of Robin and her mother, especially Robin as a child. Literally called the demon, chased around the world and like called a monster because she was the only one who could read poneglyphs, you know, at 8 years old.
Yeah.
The way Kuma talks about, you know, I lived as a slave, it's not normal. Why is it my regular life? You know, in a similar way with Robin, kind of makes me think of. I have no choice.
3 has a good video on it, but it's the other like parallelist type thing, specifically with Kyros and Rebecca being very similar to Kuma and Bonney. If you guys haven't watched that, please do watch it. It is like insane how closely tied together those like 2 pairs are, because it is actually very interesting from their like past, their like just journey in general. It's very, very similar. You should definitely check it out if you guys have a chance.
Even in nicknames, you think about it, one of them turns into a toy, one into a cyborg. One's nickname is a tyrant, the other one's a hero. Like literally, like they even have reversal between one another. It's interesting. I never thought of it. I'll check it out. Thanks, man.
Yeah, shout out to Oda with these warlords. Warlords have been all, for the most part. I'm looking at you, Moria. Amazing characters, bro. But...
Moria's the guy.
Bro, you never know. I feel like Oda's just lazy with Moria. He's just like,
bro,
convention.
No, he's at Hachinosu probably right now. Like after what we still don't know the resolution of that whole like deal that Kobe and Perona made that like got him freed up. Like this dude is about to make moves.
There's a possible chance for him to wreak havoc.
If we get a fucking 5-chapter flashback from Moria, I just might riot. I don't know. But yeah, man.
You get more of a Moria flashback. You get to see more of young Kaido. Ain't that what y'all want?
No. I'm done with
Hey,
that.
you guys are the one who said a small Kaido, medium Kaido, big Kaido. All right, you guys are the one who's complaining. So now that you guys get more Kaido, you're like, nah, we don't need him.
Yeah, we good. That ship has sailed. Oh yeah, earlier what we was talking about the Warlords. I know we're gonna jump into to Dragon soon. Pause. But
That is funny
I
though
think
with
that
Kaido.
there-
Like, oh, go ahead.
oh yeah. I think there's gonna be some big things. That's weird. Hold up. There are going to be some big links between Jesus. Can't say this without it sounding very bad. There are going to be some big connections between Mihawk and Kuma. And I'm looking at it from all the Christianity type imagery, Mihawk being named Dracula, Bonney being called a vampire. Both of them are the only guys we know that carry around something similar, like
His
Mihawk
sword,
with the
right?
cross. Yeah, the sword around his
Yeah.
neck, and then Yoru being a big ass cross, and Kuma with a Bible. I just think there's gonna be something there. And I'm looking at the timelines, and it can be argued that they probably joined the Warlords around a similar time too. So we'll see. We'll see. I hope we get some more Mihawk stuff.
When we saw that cross looks almost exactly like Yoru, right?
Yeah, the one that's in the church, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what I
Yeah.
noticed too? Like that, bro. That's the Wano. It's like the sun logo, right?
Yes, there's
Bro,
a
that-
lot
that-
of
I
all
think
of the
that had-
logos
If you want,
very similar to the sun.
The sun logo with the
If you-
cross. I'm starting to think that was the ancient kingdom flag.
No, it most
Um,
definitely was. It's
are you
in
guys-
this. It's in Zou on the Kozuki clan symbol. It's in Alabasta.
It's in Alabasta,
It's in.
yeah.
I'm forgetting. I think Skypiea as well. With the Shandorans, but
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm-
yeah.
like I'm 99% sure it's almost on all of them. Even in Elbaf, they praise the sun.
And because
Like, their god is
said
the
something
sun.
about like bring back the flag of the dawn or something.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the cross is actually it's very reminiscent of what we call a zodiac cross with like the circle going around it. And if
Mhm.
that's the case, those dots that are around the cross in the church are definitely the 9 planets. There might only be 8 of them though. I can't remember, but and then one in the center. So maybe he excluded Pluto like science does.
Also, Krow, if you want with the Mihawk and Kuma thing, you know how in the first flashback where he meets Ivankov, they're called rabbits who are being hunted down.
yeah,
Well, when
exactly.
Mihawk took out that small knife to Zoro, and Zoro said, "Why you not using your sword?" He did say, "I'm not a fool to use a cannon on rabbits." So I do think there is something. There is something.
I hope so.
I find it
really
very
hope
weird.
so.
Yeah, there is
'Cause I
something.
hope
I'm
that
sure.
Mihawk's whole backstory isn't just I fought Shanks and whatever happened with them happened. I hope there's
Yeah,
much
like-
more.
From Mihawk and from Dragon, I think that Oda is absolutely gonna cook. Like he kind of has to with all the fraud watch allegations that are be spitting lately. But like I think that if anyone's getting a backstory this late into the development of the One Piece canon, it's gonna be like I need it to be Kuma level. Like he's set a new standard, and I think that Dragon will deliver. I love Mihawk, so I honestly hope he will deliver as well. Because these guys can't just have like what we got from Kaido felt so shallow compared to everything that we're getting right now. And I feel like we'll get more from Kaido in the future, but like I need to see like exactly what's going on with these. Like Dragon and Mihawk are like the 2 biggest ones. Need a good backstory for them.
In my opinion, he's just getting started because there's so many characters he has potential on to go insane with for backstories. I mean, Akainu for one. Why does Akainu hate Dragon so much? There's no way that he would hate one person so much when the whole focus in the arc is based off of Roger. I'm talking about Marineford.
And they're the
So-
same age.
Exactly.
Same age, and both former Marine. Well, him a former Marine. There's
Yeah.
yeah.
Way too much like potential with Akainu. There's also way too much potential with Mihawk. Even more like learning about Shanks, even learning more about Blackbeard. There's so many characters that we could deep dive in on, and Kuma's just the beginning. I feel
Yeah.
we have
Agreed.
so much more.
I
to
think with
explore.
Dragon I think it's a guarantee because Oda even said that he thinks like Dragon and Garp could be their own main characters. Like he said, he had a whole story planned for them on their own. So I definitely think Dragon will get his. Mihawk, I'm not sure if it's gonna like how good and how in depth it's going to be, but I would like to see some from Mihawk too.
I'm gonna say this with the dragon backstory. He's gonna have to explain to us why he's the only monkey D that doesn't seem to be smiling most of the time. Like it has to be dark because the dude, we know that now he's actually Garp, not his son-in-law, but actually his son, and he's Luffy's father. The dude always has a frown on his face. Like it has.
Have we seen him
It's
like
crazy because
Smile?
like that crazy smile when he was watching Luffy? Like
A
that
few
was like
times,
a sadistic smile.
Yeah, that was the only time. Yeah, at the beginning when he was leaving. Talk about go on your adventure or something like that.
I think in
Yeah.
I think whenever he
end of
speaks about
Enies
Luffy.
lobby too.
In his lobby.
At the end, yeah.
Oh yeah, when we got it.
Yeah, when he's talking about Luffy, his bounty. Yeah, his bounty.
way
But yeah,
that-
when it's Luffy, he smiles. But I'm curious to know why isn't he have that monkey D energy, optimistic that Garp and Luffy always have. And I think it's gonna be dark.
Because
Whatever that reason
write
is.
an even more tragic backstory for a dragon, and we're gonna see his
For sure.
will get crushed.
Whatever the reason he doesn't have that type of energy is probably the reason he started the Revolutionary Army. So yeah.
I agree. I think he definitely joined the Marines with Akainu as well. I know Prince was saying something like similar.
So we got a Kainu joining at what was it like 24, 25? I think Dragon probably with him being Garp's son. I think Dragon was in the Marines before Kainu.
Yeah,
But-
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
A small reminder: Dragon and Akainu would have been 17 years old at God Valley, where Sri Yonkos came out of it. Last time we had Sri Yonkos was Marineford. Luffy was 17 years old, and when Fujitora was speaking to Akainu, he said, "Do you think it's the return of the rocks?" And Akainu said, "Of course not." There is something. And I'm pretty sure they were both at God Valley, or there's a connection to God Valley because the
I like
connection is
that
so
idea.
close.
I think one of the
I
most
like that idea,
interesting
for
things
sure.
for Dragon this chapter was when Kuma left, he wanted to take care of Bonney, and like he told Kuma, "Don't live with regret." But it's like to me that's kind of interesting because in his mind it's like the revolution is even more important than Luffy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think giving Luffy a proper world to be able to live in is more. I mean,
It's just
okay, that
crazy
sounds. I
because
was gonna say for why.
Dragon's not a
Alright.
good dad, but like it's just
Yeah.
I think it really
Hey, yo.
shows his priorities. Like in his mind, he's thinking he's really trying to change the world.
Wasn't he
Yeah.
at Goa? Like, or am I tripping?
He was at
Like-
Goa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
12
was
years
like
ago.
He found Sabo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like I mean, that's the thing is like that's where his kid is at. You can't necessarily say he doesn't, care about his kid as much. He's enacting the revolution in a land where his kid is like native to and is being raised right now, and he prioritized that over some other things that were obviously extremely important to him, Ivankov, and especially Kuma. But he was. I feel like we did see some emotion, and people want to say that he didn't do anything. I'm like, no, that's a hard choice, and like sometimes, especially when you're the figurehead of the Revolutionary Army in a world like the world of One Piece, there are no easy choices. You only have
yeah.
you only have bad choices to make, but you got to figure out like which one is the best of that.
Yeah,
to go
and
with. I
that's
think
what I was
big
saying
thing-
with the regret. I think he chose the one that he would regret the least.
Yeah.
Because the biggest thing for me is I think that when you're a leader, you have to be able to make the hard choices.
Yeah,
And I think seeing what happened with Kuma and potentially some other stuff with other people in the red, I mean, like just being linked with the Revolutionary Army puts a huge target on your back. And I don't think that he wanted Luffy to be born into that target. If you're gonna be that, then become that yourself. Which is why he was so like watching him to see what kind of choice he was gonna make. He's like, okay, a pirate, that's nice. I like that. But you can't just, what I'm saying? I'm not gonna force it upon you like Garp has been trying to. I'm gonna let you make your own decision, and I'm gonna
Listen.
let you live with it.
but it is weird
Bobby,
that. Oh, go
I
ahead, go
mean,
ahead.
to
I
be
was just
fair-
gonna say, Dragon. I said this on our stream the other day. Is a good dad because he gave Luffy what Luffy exactly wanted: freedom.
I was about to say that exactly.
There might have been a
Holy
little bit too
shit,
much
Prince,
freedom.
Yeah, so I was just about to say that Luffy pretty much got freedom from Dragon of Dragon's own consequences of his actions,
Exactly.
creating the Revolutionary Army. So by Luffy literally not knowing of the existence of his dad, which is crazy because no person should be like, wait, I have a dad? No person should go through that. But the fact that he did, but he's still fine, relatively, and has the freedom to do what he wants without the Revolutionary Army consequences, it means that Dragon was able to give him that certain freedom because Dragon appreciates freedom just as much as Garp and Luffy does.
So
And if we
I'm
go
gonna
back
go.
to, go ahead.
Okay. No, I'll go after you because it's a crazy. It's still on the subject, but it's craziness. So.
I think like honestly one of my favorite moments from Dragon was like honestly the first bits that we got like at Logtown when he found out he's like, oh, so a pirate if that's what you chose, and he didn't like try to be like Garp and hammer it into him his entire childhood like, no, you have to be a marine or this or that, yada yada. He saw Luffy making his own path and setting out on his own adventure and said, all right, respect. And I think that I'm not going to say he's a good dad, but I'll say he's a good character.
Yeah, it's hard to call him a good dad.
He's great.
Yeah, he's not a
You
good
don't
dad.
even
I
know
don't
you.
think, but
I can't just
He's
dip
not
out.
he's not a good dad, but he's a dad who had his reasons. I'll say that.
Well, and yeah, it goes into the Ace and Roger situation. Like Ace grew up living his entire life being persecuted because of the reputation of his father and things like that. And if Dragon is supposedly quote unquote the most heinous criminal, you know, in the world, like then obviously Luffy would be treated completely different from that as well. And for the fact that the public didn't really get that announcement, at least in the anime and the manga, not referring to the live action, that he would have any ties to to Dragon specifically, or even Garp. Like he went all the way and got to a point where he was already like supernova level before anyone figured that out and it became public. And I think that was part of Dragon's reasoning, is because he doesn't want to have his kid suffer in the shadow of his own reputation.
Not bear the sins of the father.
For sure.
Yeah,
That's the thing we've talked about a lot in One Piece.
yeah.
That's just fucking voice just cracked.
So,
but yeah,
Funnily
that's something
enough,
we've talked about a
that's the
lot.
exact same situation that Kuma's going through with the understanding of in the chapter before with like trying to get with Ginny or Ginny.
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah.
confused on whether it's Ginny or Ginny.
I'm going with Ginny. I think that's
I'm going with Ginny.
Ginny.
But it's still
Yeah,
weird.
it's Ginny. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, going through the same exact thing with Ginny. By being with Ginny and by having a kid, like just because of his Buccaneer race and his like being targeted, it's not even his, that's why it's even worse. It's not even his own actions. It's not something he can change, which is why it's much worse. It's just deemed a crime because the Celestial Dragons don't want him to even exist. Quite literally racism, but
yeah.
It's something that he even has to face, and he made that decision of, you know what, I can't be with Ginny because I don't want a kid to go through that same thing that I had to.
All right, chat, I need to know, is Dragon a good or bad dad?
Man,
For me, I think it's
Dragon a good man. Yes.
I think it's neutral.
Dad? No, I can't say that.
I think it's
Because
neutral
it's
because it's not
like
like Luffy wasn't impacted. If you think about it, like the thing about a good or bad dad is the impact you have on your child. Luffy, until he found out in his lobby, it didn't impact him. So I think what Dragon is, yes, he's absentee, but he did it in, like Vex said, he did it in a way that it would give the best option for Luffy. So in a sense, I think he did the best thing for him.
Also, at the same time, I feel like if any other kid went through what Luffy went through, it wouldn't have worked. I think solely because of the fact that it's Luffy, and he's, like, I hate to say it, but dumb, oblivious, ignorance is bliss. Yeah. So, like, because of, like, Luffy's extremely carefree nature and just, like, enjoying the world, having no limitations whatsoever, which is the basis of his character, right? That's why it's able to work on him that, oh, shit, I have a dad? Oh, that's great.
Actually, I'm going to go in because that's my crazy idea. I've had it before even we got the recent reveal of Kuma's Devil Fruit. You know how Luffy does not question that he has a father? But then later on, we found out that he knows the concept of a father because he knew who Ace's real father was, but he never talked about it. And the only time we've had someone like that not question their parents was Rebecca and the people in Dressrosa. So I'm wondering if Dragon, before he dipped out, maybe he was there at the beginning, he made sure that Luffy doesn't remember him. It makes you think of Dressrosa. People did not question that they were missing a father. It just the next day, I never had a father. I never questioned.
Oh, you said Kuma got rid of Luffy's memories of Dragon?
Yeah, like maybe as a child, he wouldn't make sure that the Luffy would never connect to him. And because of that, he doesn't remember him, but he doesn't question it because it's like
with Luffy, it's almost like he couldn't even he couldn't even understand the concept of what a dad was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like, what?
he
I have
didn't
a
even
dad?
know the like genuine understanding of the fact that he has a dad. He was
Which is
so
crazy, because
perplexed
He
yeah.
lived
by
in
it.
the jungle with Ace and like it kind of makes sense, but it's like I think Luffy, even if like when he meets Dragon, I don't think he's gonna care too much. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Mm.
Bro,
But at the
Shanks
same
will
time,
be
at the
more
same
important
time,
to
you have
him
this-
than his meeting with Dragon.
it's not like
Then
Gold
at the
and
same
Jing.
time, he knew the concept of a father because he knew that father. He just didn't want to talk about it because it angers Ace. So he kind of knows it as well, the concept of a father. That's why it's. So that's why I think he kind of maybe was Dragon made sure that he wouldn't remember him.
Yeah,
Taking out that
That's
memory.
a
Ace
dope
did bring
theory.
up Roger.
Because the idea that Dragon like spent a lot of time in that area, and maybe he visited Luffy more than once. Like he probably visited Luffy a lot, but he would always remove him from his memory. I like that idea.
Yeah, because he could have maybe talked to Garp there too, like in a secret conversation.
Yeah. I mean, at one point
I
he had
love
to
that.
give Garp to Luffy, so at one point he had to meet Garp
Maybe
to give
even
him Luffy.
Shanks.
Yeah.
Maybe he did meet Shanks. I feel like Shanks and Dragon have definitely crossed paths.
I think so too.
They have
Oh,
to.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
if Dragon knows Vegapunk like he does, if Dragon know like I mean he was a part of the Marines, which I mean he probably worked side by side or right below Garp. Like who was pretty much confirmed to absolutely be his son. Like I know a lot of people were skeptical of that in the first place, but like he has to know Shanks at least a little bit.
Yeah.
I
I
think.
hope so. It'd be nice if they could, because I feel like both of the, well, then again, I feel like they also have kind of polarizing goals, because it feels like Shanks's whole thing, at least lately, until Luffy awakened as Joy Boy, was to just keep the balance of the world intact, while Dragon, on the other hand, was trying to completely topple that. That's why I think they probably ran into each other at some point. But
No, but you got to think too is that like Dragon isn't immediately he's trying to like start up small he's trying to spread the world government thin and stuff like that, but Ivankov was sitting fat and happy in Impel Down waiting for an order. What do you think that order was? Like Shanks and Dragon were both waiting for Luffy. Like
for sure, yeah.
I think they're definitely aligned on the agenda game a little bit, probably more than we can really even speculate comfortably right now. But I'll go on the legend say it. Like I think that has to be. I really do want that for One Piece moving forward.
So
See,
I'm gonna drop a third name, which I think those three actually have talked to the three together. Big News Morgan, Dragon, and Shanks. Because I'm saying this, every time Shanks and Dragon, there's something about Luffy, they're reading a newspaper. And when Shanks knew that Luffy was ready, he looked at the bounty that Big News Morgan changed picture and he said he's ready. It kind of makes me think that Morgan is like a walkthrough for some people.
Morgan
Morgan's
is
is
the
definitely
Well,
in
if you
for it.
think, like Shanks was using that as like his own base for a while,
controller, by the way.
and I feel like because there was a point in the first chapter where he says like we got to get out of here before like just before people start to see like we've been spending too much time here and stuff. So I think, and it's kind of interesting because Dragon showed up like not I don't know how long it was after, but it was after that.
Yeah, it was after he had the fruit.
Yeah.
Majority was-
So I mean, maybe
was
he
Med
was
Sabo.
looking for Shanks. I mean, I don't know. But I seen in the chat, I seen someone compare Dragon to Jing, bro. Come on, bro. Like,
No,
nah.
bro.
I'm
No,
sorry,
no.
bro. I love
Jing,
Hunter x Hunter,
no.
but bro, I can't stand Jing.
Jin
No,
is the
I'm sorry,
worst
sorry.
fucking father ever, bro.
Jin
Jing
is the worst.
Yeah.
He's the worst.
But
He's
Gon made
absolutely the worst.
he made it Gon his life to meet him, and then when met him, he says, "Nah, I'm good. We can talk later on if you want." Dude,
Bro, no,
sorry,
bro.
I'm sorry.
Like, bro,
That,
Dragon is
that's
trying to
that's
save
the
the
worst.
world, and
no,
Jing is just selfish.
okay, that's perfect. That's the exact thing that I was saying about that's why it only works on Luffy. Because Gon is the exact example of what would happen if like Dragon gave the same like this experiment of just abandoning your kid to anyone else. Gon is the exact like pretty much
All of that
thing of
experiment
that.
is hilarious,
What am I
bro.
looking for? Man, I'm forgetting words today, bro. I swear.
For
Just
real,
say
for real.
just say what
Y'all
you
may
call
have
it.
missed it.
That
Earlier on, Vex dropped another 10 memberships. I just need everybody to make sure, like, if you scroll up to the top of the chat, make sure you click the green button and make sure you can accept memberships. Like, I'm surprised everybody in here ain't a member at this point. the way he
Don't let me
dropping those
do it,
memberships.
bro.
Make sure.
Oh yeah.
See, that's the thing is whenever we hit 10, I drop 10. When we hit 20, I drop another. When we hit 30, dropped another. That's the thing, you know. I got I'm scaling with how many viewers we get.
If it worked for me, I would take it, bro. But we'll figure
No
it out.
Slater. No, slander will come. Don't worry, because
Let's
I
hear it.
have some.
I'm scared.
All right, so
Okay.
no, hold on. We got the one thing with Dragon that I've seen a lot of people talking about. We haven't talked about it yet. Is what happened with Ginny, bro? Like, why did he not save her?
So this is my thing. All
You go,
right,
Here we go.
I want to hear everyone.
I haven't
say it.
defended a character like this since I've defended Sanji. That's how hard I've been going for Dragon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't defend Green Blood. I
Pause.
was controlling about him. Yeah, pause.
So for me, oh sorry.
I think that when it comes to someone like Dragon in that Jenny situation, right? People keep equating Dragon to Luffy. Luffy would have did this. Luffy would have done that. Okay, Luffy would be dead if he did that. I don't care what Luffy would have done. I feel like when you're the figurehead of something that's trying to change the world for the better, you can't throw it all away for one person. Jenny knew what she signed up for when she joined the Revolutionary Army. And she, you know, it's unfortunate, but she got the short end of the stick. And on that same vein, people keep comparing it to Fisher Tiger too, saying, well, Fisher
Yeah,
Tiger
I
rushed
saw
into
that.
this.
I was thinking that too when I
That's
read
the
it.
dumbest shit ever. Because Fisher Tiger went in and freed slaves. He did. This is exactly the point that I'm making. He did that. He freed a few slaves at night, and it was an amazing, epic scene or whatever.
And they died.
A great thing. It ain't even about him dying. It's the fact that after he did that, the Celestial Dragons are still on top of the red line, still have fat bellies, still have slaves, and still doing whatever the fuck they want. So yes, Dragon rushes up there to save Jenny and a couple other slaves one time, does nothing for the system as a whole. You have to learn as a leader. My job is to take down Celestial Dragons. Let me
Well,
cook.
look at it.
I
The
got you.
lesson that
Don't-
Garp,
okay.
like the lesson that Garp was specifically teaching to Kobe is exactly that. Like if you got like one, and I mean it's not an old man, but like if you have one person, you know, dangling off one end of the cliff, and you got a whole different, you know, like any, even if it's just two, but like and like the whole, like for Garp he was pointing out the youth, but you really have to think about it on a global scale when you're running a revolutionary army in every single like ocean on this massive planet. And Dragon had to weigh the pros and the cons of the situation. Like, sorry, go ahead. I just
No, you're good. You're good.
I
And then,
get that.
like,
It's
yeah.
just, to me, I think bro, it was 2 years, bro. Like, you couldn't plan something to get her out of there.
Yeah.
So my thing is with this is
Storming Marie's Wall, though. Like, you have to.
I get, like,
that,
but to
that's
me,
where
it's-
I was going to come from with it.
I get that, but it's just, I don't know, bro. It's like, because to me, they already declared war on the revolutionaries just with that one action.
Ooh. Also, just to add to that too, we have seen Dragon make a move on Marie's Wall during a reverie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
the
that's
top
so
one,
he
all
could have
that's a long
done it.
time after, though. Like,
Reverie was
Yeah.
a good time because of the situation. Just scrolling casually into Mary's Draw on a regular day,
Oh,
looking for one specific
So for-
slave is crazy, bro.
yeah, and to be fair,
Yeah,
like
but-
what Krow was saying, he's not Luffy. Like, as much as we could say he's part of the Bunky D family, he's just not the same character.
yeah.
Because
Also-
yet again, Luffy is the one with true freedom. He can do whatever he wants. Dragon doesn't have that freedom yet.
And
He
Blotto,
still
don't
has the
forget that
burden
part.
of and the responsibility of all the different revolutionary army members that he has. But
Mhm.
to that, I will say this: in the 2 years, right? And Dragon has said it many times, and there's many different instances of him being like, you know what? If that's what you want, then fine. And it's that Dragon always lets people do what their true will or true beliefs stand for. He doesn't get in the way of people's like true wills, whatever they really want to do in life. He'll like enable it. He'll be like, if you really want to do it, sure, go ahead. But I am not convinced, but I'm like pretty damn sure that there were a lot of people in the Revolutionary Army that wouldn't just sit still and just see Ginny get taken like that, including Kuma, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that other than Kuma, there's probably a bunch of people that are like, you know what, we need to do something about this. There's no way we can just let this shit slide.
Yeah.
Like, we need to, like, I have this will of bringing back Ginny. So, and the only reason I would say you know, we can tone it down and be like, all right, you know what? We have to wait, bid our time, and then once we declare war, then we can go ahead. As if the perpetrator in this instance, or the person who took Ginny, was Saturn or like a huge ass holy net like Garling or something. That's
I think
the
it's Garland,
only it might be, but that's the only exception I'd take.
And
If
Well,
it's
seems
anything
like he's
other,
aware of the Holy
Dragon
Knights too,
needed to make
so
a slight move.
I think he's more aware of the power of the world government. So like he's also gonna be more cautious than Luffy. I think Luffy, like,
Exactly.
as much as we want to see Luffy charging the Marizua, like, it's like Vivi wasn't even there, but like at the end of the day, Zoro was right, even though his reasoning was weird. I still think like Zoro
His
was right,
reasoning
because
was
if they ran in there at
horrible.
that point, they would have
But
got
hold
destroyed.
on, we really have to bring up the fact that like he told us a very important thing that goes into why Dragon couldn't necessarily make a move. Like, she was the commander of the East Blue, and then we find out Dragon is in the East Blue, and there were wars that were taking them multiple years to be fought and stuff like that. If you lose one of your best people in an ocean, are you gonna let that entire sea buckle? Or are you gonna step up as a true leader and fill the gap? Like, he couldn't necessarily sacrifice an entire ocean for one person, and especially given the fact that this would mean going and like it's like Hachinosu, like, you know, hitting the beehive. You're gonna get all the pirates on you if you go and actually mess with like Mary Joie. You're opening a whole can of worms, and you're down one of your commanders. Like, this was the tactical move, and it makes the most sense to me. Like, honestly, I understand it. Like,
I just
And
wonder what Kuma
also,
thinks
I'm
about
gonna-
it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm finna
Also, I'm
say.
gonna
I
bring
feel
up-
like. Oh, go ahead. Cool. Go ahead.
No, yeah, because I don't want to lose that train of thought. There are two things important. First of all, when Luffy wanted to get Robin, they got hit by a Buster Call. When they went to get Kami and Sabaody, they basically took the biggest L at that time. Then let's not talk about Impel Down and Marineford. Dragon, like you guys brought it up, has the experience. So first, you have that point of Dragon most likely knows what happens when you go after. You have to go for a sure thing. You have to be like Blackbeard. You can't just go like Luffy thinking that you'll be lucky, because that's a game you won't win. And then the last few chapters, he kept repeating that he lacks funding. You know, like, think he doesn't have enough for a full-scale army. So I think it's this situation where they've been through some shit and it was hard for them, but I think it's going to be like a Vivi situation. They're very close to going there, but they're realizing it. If they do that, everything shatters. You know,
And I also
so that's
believe
what I
that
think. I can see that.
I think that we talking about Dragon, but the fact that Kuma didn't go should let, like, because Dragon would not have stopped Kuma from going, like, as we
I
saw,
think
like Prince said.
they had to have some kind of conversation, right?
But like Prince said, Dragon told him you shouldn't live with regrets when he decided to leave. I'm sure that Kuma was like, if Kuma wanted to go, he wouldn't have stopped him. But Kuma himself didn't go. But Dragon getting all the thunder when Kuma can tell. Anyway,
what if it's like
just
Sabaody?
bad.
Think about it. Sabaody all happened because one of their friends was taken as a slave. What if it was like they actually, and Kuma was also there in Sabaody. He was the one who sent them away. What if they actually tried to go there and they took a huge L? So basically, we think they never did anything, but
I was for
maybe they tried.
Well, we don't even know if they tried it.
Yes,
You know,
maybe
like,
they did
the
try, and they
thing
took a
is-
huge L.
well, with Ginny specifically saying the whole hands of liberation thing, or I think Ivankov said it, but like with like, he knows the weight of like what his gift is, and I think Kuma is also too good of a person to jeopardize saving entire countries. Like, when he came back from God Valley, he's like, I just wish I could have saved more. Like, he is too good of a person to drop this entire cause for somebody who would probably just be mad at him for trying to do that. Like, he understands the situation as well. I think that some people, you know, I understand the passion, but I think that like the dragon slander is just entirely unwarranted, because Kuma could have easily made the decision on his own, and logically they understand as generals in an army, that's not how you act. That's not how you operate. That's not how you succeed. You're running the long game. Like, honestly.
And I do kind of like the idea that Dragon has a different approach to it, how we said, and because Luffy, when he was the first a pirate, I feel like he had so much. It seems like he was lucky, but he was also so overpowered, just crushing through the East Blue. And once it came down to like real big decisions, he had to finally make them. I think it's something similar to Dragon too. Like, we saw Luffy, he had to make the 2-year time skip decision where he's like, we're going to train for 2 years and come back. And then, like, same thing with Dragon. Like, he has to make these tough choices.
Logically.
Makes me think of Drum Island when Vivi humbled Luffy when he was ready to fight with the whole island because they didn't want them to come because they were pirates, and he had to bow. She literally
also
humbled him.
Luffy did say in Alabasta, he understands the fact that he can't save everybody. People do die in war. People do die in revolutions and things like that, and you can't save everybody. But if you try to act on it, like as much as you can, or do what you can, do your part, like as much as you can, then you can find a way to save as many people as possible.
Jose Lario says Zoro was wrong about saving. Zoro was wrong in the way that he worded it, saying that you let. We're talking about Ace,
Yeah,
right?
he brought up Ace dead, bro.
That was
Why
dumb.
you-
That was dumb.
That was just wrong, bro.
But the sentiment, the idea was correct. Like,
bro, he compared Ace to Vivi.
like
And,
come on, bro. Let's be serious.
but-
Whitebeard Commander, by the way.
You did mention Usopp. He was completely right about Usopp.
Yeah, he was right about
He was
Usopp.
completely
He
right.
was spin. He was
Yeah,
spin.
yeah.
There have been some type of special motivation there because of skin color, but it's all good though. He was spin. for sure.
To be fair, Zoro was kind of the same shade in pre-time
Hey,
skip, so I'll let it
Oh,
slide.
hey, the anime was wild with them random tans they was giving everybody for some reason.
I think my biggest question though
post-time
is
skip,
just
it's even more wild because they just took it away for no
That
reason.
was
incidental-
a typo.
Yeah, the incidental melanin, like that's crazy, bro.
The incidental melanin.
because you brought up Fisher Tiger, and I still want to know how, because Fisher Tiger ran in there alone, and I still want to know how did he make it out there, bro? If he's fighting Holy
Dude,
Knights,
someone helped
possibly
him.
a
Someone helped
Gorosei, like
him.
come on,
I
bro.
think
That's,
Dude, on
somebody
the
had to have helped him.
around the
Yeah,
same time that Hancock eats her fruit that was given by Celestial Dragon, she was freed by Fisher Tiger. Dude, there's something off. Like it kind of makes me the vibe of Who's Who someone talks about Nika, and then he disappears, and then Who's Who is able to escape. The same thing. Like I'm starting to believe there is actually people maybe on the inside.
yeah, I think so too.
bring chaos that way.
I need to ask. Actually, I forgot what I was going to ask. Okay. Oh my god, it was something about Fisher Tiger, bro. Oh my god. Oh, okay. The timing when Ginny was gone and Fisher Tiger's revolution. I was reading a tweet about it. I saw two different tweets. One of them said that she missed his revolution by a year, and the other one said
like 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years.
It was
Okay,
like
the other
3
one
years, I
said that
think.
she was there, but she didn't get captured. I mean, it's free.
No, because the Fisher Tiger
all-
stuff was 15 years back, I believe. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And then the Ginny
15
stuff
or
was
16.
12 years back. Yeah, so it's
okay,
there's a
okay,
gap.
okay.
There's a big gap.
It was pretty close. That sucks, man. That really does suck.
Yeah, it does.
Shout out to Fisher Tiger. He's the GOAT, by the way. But yeah, these are two different situations, bro. Let's
So,
be
listen,
serious.
Underrated
I'm-
characters in One Piece.
I'm gonna have to hop off like in 15 minutes, so I would like to think. What do you guys think about the fact that there was like 2 outbreaks in a year part of 13 years ago, the Amber Lead, and 12 years ago, Sapphire? Like, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it was
I think that
not
each one
manufactured.
of the Gorosei members will have a certain type of disease associated with them. Amber Lead, Sapphire, and maybe we'll continue with the others.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Like what the 4 or 5 horsemen, because I think there are even 5, but like the Horsemen of Apocalypse, I think some of them even like inflict those kind of stuff. Like the plague makes famine makes you you don't have food anymore. I think the plague, you just get sick. Death, you just start dying. So it could be something like that as well.
Also, it could all just be from
forest
Saturn.
sickness as well. Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
Yeah, they could all be from Saturn. He is an Ushioni, and they are known to bring disease.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
instead of all 5 Gorosei, it could just be Saturn
Yeah.
causing these sicknesses.
Saturn.
He's a nasty boy, but yeah.
Also, Jewelry Bonney makes a lot more sense now.
Oh my God. it's
Yeah,
sad, bro.
in the most tragic way too, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on. I want to talk about my theory. That was Garling that wed Ginny, and when Shanks went to Mary's Wa, the certain pirate he was talking about was his sister, Jewelry Bunny. I would love that.
oh, hold up, and then that would make sense why Akainu was so keen to capture her too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's actually.
Oh man,
I
And
completely
also,
forgot
what you
about
just
that.
do.
Also makes sense why she would be like completely let go by Akainu because she's a celestial dragon.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what's crazy though? I think
Yeah.
it was on OPU. I said a while ago a theory that I think Bonnie is a celestial dragon.
I think you did say that, bro.
Yeah,
It
I'm pretty
sounds
sure I
familiar.
heard you
It
say
does
that.
sound familiar.
Actually, think about it. It's
I remember
interesting.
that too.
Akainu cannot act on her, but a Gorosei gave order to kill her, just like how Myo's guard couldn't be touched by Akainu, but guarding was. Guarding was the one who, like, it is interesting. There is something.
Yeah,
It's a
for
Gorosei
sure.
who gave order to kill her, so there's legitimacy that maybe she is celestial.
See, it's,
Yeah,
it's
like,
When
also
she
legit.
keeps escaping too, it's like kind of weird. Like I don't know, like it's definitely part
There
of
were,
her
like-
power, but there has to be something more too.
It's also
Yeah,
very
but they were,
interesting
like-
because what you call Akainu was talking about in 1054, 1055, I forgot which chapter, but how to solve conflicts within the celestial dragons. And a bunch of people were
Yeah.
talking about it. They're like, well, if a bunch of celestial dragons turn good, or they're products of celestial dragons that end up revolting against the entire regime, then how do you solve that? I mean, we have the case with Dofi. There's Bonney.
Yeah.
You got Myo's guard. There's probably many other cases that not many, but there's still probably other cases that we haven't seen yet. So I think that's the one setback of many when it comes to the
Celestial.
arrangement of the world government.
Like
Yeah.
even Lily too. Queen Lily was supposed to be a celestial dragon, but
Yeah, all of Alabasta. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another example.
Honestly, I'm trying to think that maybe that was the first intention of level 6. If you think about it, level 6, it's a forgotten, and it would make sense, because there was Avolo Pizarro, was the only one who was able to wear his own clothes. Got to give it up to Daxake for catching that. He didn't have a prison uniform, and he's a former king. So maybe back in the day, that's how they got rid of the Celestials who saw the light. Make them disappear.
I think it's interesting
Maybe
too.
don't kill them.
We know they say they're the enemies of the gods and stuff, but it seems like Luffy. We know if Shanks is celestial dragon, then I mean Luffy messing with Shanks, and then Bonney, like he really likes Bonney too. I guess you could say it's just because she's like a child and she's not corrupted, but I think it's kind of an interesting way that he's taking the story. Like even Law and Corazon, like he's showing both sides of it with the Will D and stuff. So I can't wait to see what his whole plan is for that enemy of the god situation.
AN in chat, do you guys read chat? Yes, we do. We try to as much as possible, but I do see what you said, and I did think about this exact same thing until I thought about Dofi, which is if celestial dragons had the disease Ginny got, or Ginny, man, I keep forgetting. And that's the reason why they always wear those full body suits and the whole bubble to protect themselves from sunlight. And it does make a lot of sense, but the only thing that I would try to understand is how did Dofi get out of that situation?
Well, think about this.
Yo,
The
hear me
doctor
out, hear me
told
out.
Bonnie- the
Yeah,
doctor
he
told
was
Bonnie-
going for the
yeah,
all-out
yeah,
fruit.
yeah. Oh,
That's a perfect explanation.
But this is the thing. The doctor told Bunny Kuma, that even without sunlight, she'd still die by the time she turns in. So then all the Celestials have, and it wouldn't make sense.
I think it's the environment. Think about it. They live at the top of the world, the highest to the sun. Doflamingo and Shanks did not never live there. Doflamingo was ousted when he was like 8 or 10 years old. It could be also exposure.
What if it's not their spacesuits though that keep them protected? What if it's something in their genetics because they're pure bloods and it's only children that they have with their slaves that would cause
Half-bloods,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, like that would it would pass on to and be actually deadly. Like they're carriers, but they're not.
Like sickle
They
cell.
don't show symptoms. Yeah.
As far as Shanks, because he was like a little
Fraud.
tiny baby, I think it could make a little bit more sense why he wouldn't really have any. But like I think that with Doflamingo, it would make complete sense that he might have been freaking out when he was younger, and that's like the whole reason why he was trying to get. Like we don't know enough about like the time that he spent in the North Blue at Spider Miles, but like in my One Piece D&D campaign, it's based in the North Blue 24 years ago, right after Roger's execution. So I've looked as much into it as I possibly can. We don't know enough about it, but the North Blue is like extremely frigid. It's supposed to be ridiculously cold, and if it's like Winter Island after Winter Island, it might be like where you can't even the sun can't even really get through. So it might have been that he was searching for the Op no Mi, and that that was how he ended up moving into the like if he did have the operation, like some sort of operation to remove this type of sickness or something similar, then maybe that would make sense as to how he entered into the Grand Line and proceeded with the rest of his warpath.
Also, both diseases have something to do with aging, in a sense. like Dofi's looking for the perpetual youth surgery to like from the Ope Ope no Mi, which is how, or the Ope Ope no Mi is what Law used to obviously cure himself, but the ultimate procedure is based off of like, you know, completely everlasting life and unlimited age and stuff like that. And then you see Bonney's solution is the aging fruit. So is aging something that the celestial dragons don't want? Because technically speaking, if you don't age, you live forever.
Yeah.
And if you want to be a god, as the celestial dragons want to do, obviously if you're in a position of power, you wouldn't want to let it go. So the only way to not let it go is to live forever.
I'm gonna step out for like 2
I think
minutes.
they
I'll be right
are.
back.
I think you're right, Prince. I think they're. At least we know Emu already is immortal, but I think they are looking for immortality, for sure.
Yeah.
In some way, yeah.
Yeah.
Think
Yeah,
about
I
it. To jump on what you're saying, imagine that what you're talking about, but in the style of a smile. Smile or the rejection. People then starts laughing all the time. You know, what if instead you get like this illness? If it doesn't work on you, you will die sooner. You know what I mean? And you get either amber lead or that could explain it. It's a rejection, maybe.
Would very well be.
Yeah.
I think that specifically, like, it could be interesting. I drew parallels in a conversation we were having in the VC yesterday when we were trying to stream up to an anime called like Land of the Lustrous, where like there's legitimately people who are like made of stone and they have a timeless, virtually immortal, like perpetually repairable body. And they do. So if this is like them experimenting, because we did hear it in the first part of the most recent Reverie pre-Wano, that apparently they have the world's best doctor. And now we know, because Egghead timelining, that's not Vegapunk they're talking about. There's someone else doing some experiments up there. And it probably has been for a while.
Yeah, that's actually
Oh my gosh.
that's a cool way to put it together. How you said with Land of the Lustrous, like how you said with Jewelry Bonnie being jewels and stuff, and her aging and stuff. Like that's actually an interesting point. I never thought of that.
Yeah, like they're literally like there's 3 different main races in Land of the Lustrous. There's like fish people basically, and then there's like gem people that are made out of like minerals and stuff, and they can get like cracked open and like ripped apart, and then as long as you piece everything back together, they specifically can just come right back to life. They're unweathered by time and stuff like that. But if you don't get all the pieces like put back together properly, they lose their memories and stuff. And then there's a third race even, and this came out way before we heard this name in One Piece. But the third race is actually called Lunarians. So like I've been like on a bit like I've been trying to piece this together for years, because ever since I found out that, and like
Lunarians, yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Like everyone should definitely go check out that anime. It's
Also,
super
I
dope.
watched the
But
to add on to
3,
it,
4 episodes.
we don't know if it might be canon. I mean, who knows? Oda just might pull it out of nowhere. But we still have the Emerald City, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's
we
true.
could discover that. I mean, they were talking about it as a myth in Jaya, and Sky Island, we got it. Laugh Tale, we know it exists.
You know
Emerald
what?
City, who knows? Also, I saw a comment from that boy Here Look in the chat, who said it's crazy that Bonney read about Fishman Island and Sky Island from the Bible. Y'all think there's a prophecy in the Bible? I 100% agree with that. There is no way it's a damn coincidence. No way.
Yeah, I no, 100% agree, bro. Like Kuma, he knows way too much, and it's his entire character. Like the whole thing with Nika, he's a worshiper, like bro, like his whole life. I mean, the first time we see him, like he's carrying around a Bible, like it's all connected with his character. I think there's definitely something, because even with now how we said with Lucas said the planets right on the cross.
Yes.
I think it's the sun, but it could be both. Like the
Well,
sun
I
is
think
still
that
going to be
center
connected, right?
circle-
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think
Yeah,
the center circle is the sun. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm about to hop off. Before that, I'm just gonna talk because I always talk about this. It's a filler episode before the movie came out, Gold, and they talk about something that's called pure gold, and it's a substance that was created 200 years ago, and it was made to halt illnesses, like stop in time. Basically, they would stay in that sick state, but they would never die from it. Basically, they would stay terminal, but they will be able to have a somewhat like
I'm back.
healthy life.
That's interesting too, because like
Yeah.
the Emerald City, and we're talking about like these like jewels and stuff, and these valuable minerals and stuff like gold for Shandora,
Yeah.
and we know Wano was like the land of gold at some point.
And it's interesting because
Emerald City too,
I just went on a wiki because I wanted to refresh, not to say stupid stuff, but I need to be sure. But what's interesting is the name of the illness the why they started 200 years ago, which in this arc they talk about our giant that was 200 years ago. So there is validity to that. It's called the South Blue Emperor Fever, which I found interesting that you're talking about the South Blue Sorbet. Emperor Ivankov was also in this arc, so kind of think that there's some connection to it.
Okay,
Listen,
let me put this together.
But wait, hold on. No, he said he got to go. So like,
yeah, it's like
your,
it's 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. my time.
My bad. I was bouncing off him. My bad.
Yeah, I know. I'll be listening in, but I just have to go to bed, or else I'll be just stay up.
Go ahead and plug your. You got any videos or anything?
Yeah, plug yourself.
Dude, I'm on TLA. So if you want, you guys, the one thing you could do for me, check out TLA, but also check out Lucas and Smokey's TikToks. They're fire.
Yeah.
That's the
For
one
those
thing
of
you
you
could
who
do for
don't
me.
know, TLA stands for The Last Ark, an amazing channel that's very deeply rooted in the community. So please go check it out. They have amazing stuff down there. So please,
They got a lot of theories.
go
A lot
ahead,
of theories.
subscribe.
Go check them out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys giving us some time on your great channel, and can't wait to do that again. Have a great night,
Appreciate
guys.
it, bro.
Shout out, cool. Big cool.
Peace,
Thanks for
Q.
staying up, man.
Thank
Peace.
you.
No problem. Of course. With you guys, for sure. I would have stayed up even if it's for 24 hours, but I'm tired.
All right, I got you, man.
So I guess see you guys.
Go get your rest,
Later,
guys.
Q.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 a.m.
There
is
were
wild.
two.
Oh, yeah, man, it's crazy. So we got we have the four blues and the Grand Line. Then we have a great cleansing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't even get me started on the cleansings, man.
We got 5 Gorosei, 5 diseases for the 4 blues in the Grand Line. Let's say that's how they enacted their great cleansing through disease.
I mean, it would make sense because after everything that went down at God Valley, I don't think they're doing the whole cleansing festivals anymore. They kind of learned their mistake at that point, so they have to figure out other ways to, cause wreak havoc on the surface. So that's definitely what I was thinking. Is they're engineering this, maybe as a weapon for people who aren't as genetically pure or something, and maybe as a way for their bodies to be timeless. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know.
I like it. I don't like it, but I like the theory.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think it's sacrifices. I was saying earlier that I've been pushing this agenda of a Faustian deal, which if you're not familiar with the Legend of Faust, it's, man, I think his wife dies in it and he tries to get her back and he agrees to this deal with the devil and he gets her back, but it's a traumatic twist, kind of like a monkey paw situation. I think that's what it is. I think Emu and the Gorosei made a deal with the devil in a way and got immortality, but they have to sacrifice kingdoms not only for their immortality, but to bring devil fruits into the world. Because devil fruits are willed into existence now. And I think that, during a sacrifice, right? Say you flood a country with rain, you're going to wish for a jacket. You're going to will that into existence through a devil fruit. Get the jacket fruit. You see what I'm saying? So I think the cleansing... I think the cleansing is definitely, like Vex was saying, it's on purpose. I like the idea of the diseases as well. And I think that the diseases take too long for them, and that's why they made the Mother Flame, is to just wipe an island out as quickly and cleanly as possible.
I just want to throw this out there, right? Before stream, Preach asked me for a rundown of the NBA. Just quick. Giannis dropped 54 points tonight. And the Bucks lost. The Bucks lost.
Damn.
To who?
Yeah. Now Dame didn't play, but still.
Who did lose to?
The Pacers, bro.
Indiana.
Represent.
Just what the.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a second real quick and say that I'm so excited to be here on my favorite sports podcast.
Shout out to the NBA PU, man. We out here, man.
But I love Giannis. I love Giannis, but I love him as a person, bro, not as a player.
I think I don't like him at all. But
Same.
Bro, come on, bro.
I don't know Giannis, so I don't dislike him as a person, but as a player,
I mean, no,
not
he
bad.
like what I've seen from him, he looks like a likable person. Like from the clips I've seen of him.
He's a dirty player, man.
Come on, bro.
He does have dirty plays here and there. I will agree to that.
Hey, Brandon King made a good point. We were just talking about disease. Yeah, I think maybe Roger got one of those Gorosei disease.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
That
yeah.
would be. And
That's
Whitebeard.
crazy.
Oh, hey, no, we preach. You need to make a video, bro.
Let's make a video on this. White
Yes.
beard.
I mean,
Bro, we did say that last
think of all the
week.
people who contracted like different kinds of disease, and like I made a joke about it in a stream we were trying to do yesterday as well. Like, could this be tied to I can't go to that island disease or something like that? And
I
like,
did. What Hero Look had going on.
Bro,
with
all
the
I'm
cherry
saying
blossom,
is
bro, no.
this is great setup for Chopper
Yo.
to be one of the greatest characters of all time. That's all I'm saying.
Precisely.
I agree.
All I'm saying.
Yes.
Chopper
Precisely.
could
They
become
gonna
one of the
get-
goats of
quiet.
anime if
I was just bringing
things
up Hero Look, bro.
are going where they are.
That's like, bro, that's a crazy conspiracy. 'Cause that's like, you ever heard the thing where it's like they made a conspiracy that Suge Knight injected Easy
Oh my
with
god,
AIDS?
bro. Oh my
Yes.
Like, bro,
Yes.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
that's
Bro.
the first thing that popped up for you, bro.
Well, bro, they
That's
take it. If they try to take out Luffy, it could like I'm just saying, bro.
No, I agree. I like that. That's hilarious. I would
Oh
not
my
have
God.
put together Suge Knight and the Gorosei, but it makes sense, bro.
It does. Like weirdly.
No, but if Emu is like immortal and is being sustained through like maybe some like sapphire state where like they turn their whole body into this like timeless thing, and then like I think it'd be interesting is Chopper gonna be the one to defeat Emu? What do y'all think
That would
about
be
that?
hilarious.
I might drop one.
Finally, he gets the respect he deserves. The world government has been
Bruh.
stunning him for years.
Listen, no. See, Nika is a red herring. It's going to be a god versus god when Emu and Usopp fight. So that's really what's going to come down to this.
Let's go.
It sounds like a drop series. If I've ever heard one before, but yeah. As soon as I see Usopp standing in front of Emu, I've never read One Piece.
Is that how they got the first Joy Boy, bro? That might have been because
No, and you guys have
man, bro.
Go ahead.
What,
No, I'm just saying, like we gotta really make a video on this, right?
no, for sure. I want to do the disease
well,
thing.
have you seen the reassembled Joy Boy theory? Like the Dak and Randy Choi were spitting in a live stream months ago, and then Randy Choi dropped a
I saw
video
the
about it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing,
Yeah.
but I gotta check it out, bro.
Is it the poneglyphs thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what if like if somebody was like, you know, if their body was able to like withstand being transformed into like actual stone or like a gem or something like that, like I don't know, maybe like that's what happened to Joy Boy and they split him up and carved into his pieces, and like I don't know, it could go into the whole risk. I'm not fully on board with it, but I think it's a fire theory, you know, like, but I don't
It
have
does
to be
make
fully on
sense
board
with
and
the
vibe
gem
with it.
disease now. And imagine if like the One Piece is a statue of Joy Boy in this state of this disease, and he is the very first victim of the disease. Like
Yeah,
Emu is
like-
somehow has done it to Joy Boy, and that's what it is. Like that would be crazy.
Someone said
Okay.
Shanks injected
Yeah, I was
Roger.
about to say that, bro.
Because bro, that was an old theory, right? That Shanks poisoned Roger.
Bro,
Come on,
I feel like there's no way. Like
I
I
don't
feel
think he
like
did, yeah.
Shanks. I feel
Is that
Shanks.
why he was crying?
But
Because
it
Roger
could-
was like, I know you've been poisoning me.
If it was like Garling or someone, and he said like your dad poisoned me, I mean maybe he's crying
Shanks
for that.
is
or
a
something.
fraud, so I could see it.
Okay, all
Oh,
right. Time to wrap it up, boys.
Oh,
All right, let's
I'm
get out of
Emmis.
here.
No, I want to go back to Brandon King. I saw a few chats that he brought up. It was pretty interesting. He brought up what was it? No, he said Bonney, something with Bonney and the Seraphim. I was thinking because we had the theory that Garb will be aged up by Bonney, or no, aged back into his prime for a short period. But if she could age up the Seraphim into their prime, bro, that would be crazy. Like, could you imagine a prime Seraphim Mihawk? That would be nasty.
Bro, imagine the
Ooh.
prime Seraphim warlords.
That's
And
what
they're
I'm
all
imagine-
saying.
listening
That's
to
crazy.
Bonnie, who's like evidently gonna probably listen to Luffy once
Oh,
she
dude,
learns
yes.
that his son got Nika.
But imagine like if Emu is this big menacing presence, this ancient figure, and then Bonnie comes in and just ages him down to like a Google Gaga baby. Like
That just sounds to me like the what you call it, War Machine killing Thanos as a baby planet.
Yes.
Yeah,
I really
it
like the
gives me the
idea
exact same
of-
vibes as that.
I
It's
really
not a
like the
bad idea.
idea of aging up the Seraphim so that we might get a chance to see Prime Moria.
Ah, not. Oh.
And,
Is that
and
a
I wanted to
page?
bring.
we're done.
Yeah,
We're done.
if you're a bum your whole life, you don't have a prime.
He was beefing with Kaido, man. Like, give him some respect. Give him some respect. But no, I did want to. Somebody else brought it up in the chat. The links to possibly like the Sapphires and Saturn. I'm not too keen on it, but I did hear something very interesting about Sapphires.
Oh, yeah,
Like apparently they like that. There's like this like heart. Like there's like some certain type of sapphire. I forgot what it's called, but it's able to unlock people's like third eye and like peak observation kind of hockey style stuff. I mean, I'm like curious to see if like that might tie into something, and it is like right by her eye where she got it, you know. So I don't know.
Hey, I mean, yo, I'm not gonna lie. If this is true, then this might be prime thing for. I know we've already bashed him so much, but Blackbeard, because he has pudding right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine if he like somehow abuses like this disease or somewhat based on the evidence transpiring in an egghead to the point where he's able to use that for his purpose in some way for the three eye to awaken or something like that. Like for pudding, that would be nuts if that's part of his plan. If something like there's just too many dots to connect, and it's crazy right now. Oda is truly different.
Like
God
he could
damn.
go with so many directions. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
Our Brandon King, he also
That's my thing
said,
is-
"Do you think Lost
Right.
Fruit was God Valley's prize?" And I don't think it was, bro.
No.
Because
No.
because like Emu wants that fruit. I feel like they need it for a certain reason. So there's no way they would just be willing to give it out like that. What was you saying? Sorry, I cut you off, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. I honestly forgot, but that did kind of bring me. Like, I think that the previous user, the Up No Me, like they did specifically mention vaguely, I believe, that it was like this person was like one of the world's greatest like doctors and things like that. And we've only really heard that title for like I mean, obviously there's Dr. Vegapunk, you know, and then there's like Hogback. So what do y'all think about like Hogback
Awesome.
being at Marijual right now?
Great doctor.
Because whenever Homeboy got pieced up in the first part of the Reverie, like pre-Wano, they were saying, "Don't worry about it. We have the world's greatest doctor here with us. He will get you treated."
Yes,
What are they
bro,
talking
I
about?
just saw that scene. And I was so curious because I've been rewatching all the Kuma stuff, and that was when Charlos got hit, right?
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
time,
and that
like
was
before
we
he
got the
turned into
world's
Pot of
great-
Greed, you know.
But agreed.
Yeah, that's like we got the world's best doctor. I definitely think that there's something with that.
But I mean, we've only really heard that, and it can't be like whoever was using the Op No Me. Like that's obviously now we and so like it's. I think that Hogback is like the only other person, unless it's like a completely new face.
Chopper's
Like I'm
in
thinking
game
it might
good,
be
bro.
Hogback.
I was gonna say Chopper.
Yeah, Chopper's not in Marijual, so I don't know why they're talking about the world's best doctor. So.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess
My man.
because Hogback,
Yeah.
if we're tying it back in with God Valley, that's connected to Kuma and everything. I mean, people are saying Thriller Bark was part of God Valley. So I mean, I don't know, bro. I just feel like the OPU no me was not there. I really don't.
Yeah, I
think
don't.
it
I don't
was.
think it was either.
I don't either. And like, yeah, I think that person was a much more prominent figure, you know, in leading up to possibly even into the golden age of piracy. And like, that's the thing is that if he was world government affiliated or something like that, there's no way that somebody like Roger, the King of the Pirates, would have been able to seek him to cure him. And so he had to go for Crocus. Unless
So
Crocus is a rat, and Crocus is at Marijual right
You
now.
think it could be-
I don't know.
Maybe part
So
of
it has to
Sog's
be,
crew.
We know that.
It has to be similar to the thing with and I'm pretty sure that was your video that was it Oars where they talked about how not Hero Look, but in Drum Kingdom when Wappo took all the doctors,
Yeah.
that was like kind of like implying or like foreshadowing what Emu and the Gorosei did, which was like take all the best doctors from I guess the surface.
Yeah.
And
that was
Take
always
the best doctors of the world so that they could heal themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was Oars. That's one of
That
my
was
favorite One
Oars.
Piece series
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
That's an amazing video, bro.
Makes so much
And
sense.
even
dude.
with, I think it was Korea, right? Like she said, I mean, I know it's a joke, bro, but it's like she keeps saying like, "Do you want to know the secret to my infinite youth or whatever?" Like, it's like I feel like there is definitely
Oda would do that.
yeah, like it's a joke, but there's truth hidden behind it, like every good joke, right? So it's like there could be something more important there.
Yeah, the best jokes always come from a place of truth.
JJ.
Yes, sir.
I need you to cook. You cooked enough today, bro. Let's hear it. Give me something.
Cook something.
Boy, y'all know lore piece is a little bit deeper than where I be going, but one thing is I haven't really heard nobody really speak too much upon, looking forward. I'm imagining, Kuma's gonna find one way or another to, get himself brave enough to get Kuma out to actually, to get Bonney out to actually meet Vegapunk because she was already on Egghead before. So I'm still waiting on to see how their stories combine because I feel like once we start getting a little bit more of that, we may start being able to get a little bit more answers. I'm imagining Vegapunk is the one that got the answers in regards to this sapphire scale disease, because I liked how the doctor was like, beyond my scientific realm. Like he was basically saying like, yo, if it was from a different time, we may have more information. So that's one thing that definitely stuck out to me in this chapter. What did he say? These days you almost never see it. Like, this was like y'all were doing all the Saturn talk and everything, but since Vegapunk's familiar with all that, I'm definitely expecting Vegapunk to be able to come up with the answer, which just shows how gangster Bonney really is, because Vegapunk probably saved her life and she still came there wanting all the smoke.
All right, just thought of something, but I'll credit to JJ because he makes all the most brilliant ideas. But I genuinely think that in the future, like with this flashback, the way it's being oriented, I do definitely think that Kuma and Vegapunk's meetup and their interaction with how they're gonna save Bonney is the reason why Vegapunk's able to change. Because obviously, for a long time on OPU now, we've been talking about Vegapunk's morals, whether he's a good guy, a bad guy, what is he truly like intended for, what are his thoughts, what his true intentions and stuff like that. But I think that this scenario that we're about to see in maybe the next 1 or 2 chapters with Kuma and Bonney is what really changes him. Because I think that there needs to be a certain bridge for why Vegapunk was able to have good relations with Dragon again. And I think that the only way that would make sense is Kuma. And this like instance of treating Bonney. So I think if Vegapunk was able to find a solution and go like beyond all means to try and save Bonney because of something that Kuma offers up to Vegapunk, like maybe that Kuma offered up his own life and was like, you know what, use me as an experiment all you want, just please save my daughter. And I think that maybe changes Vegapunk's like view on life and anything. So
I agree with you. I completely agree with you, by the way. The only question I would still have is where does the warlord stuff come in? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does that become? Because that doesn't benefit Vegapunk at all. But before we talk about that, last week we did over-unders on how much longer Ginny was going to survive.
Ooh,
Lordy mercy.
It was 1 chapter.
Yeah, we all said 1.
I think we all said 1, except
Bruh.
I think one person said.
Nah, I thought she was gonna last a little bit longer. I ain't gonna cap. I thought she was gonna last a little bit longer. But Oda was like, nah. Gave you that 1 chapter with her name, and that was it.
Oda gave him that double punch. Done. She's out of the story.
It's so fast, bro. That's hilarious.
Actually, bro,
And it's funny because Oda rarely does that too. Or just deaths in
Kuma.
general in One Piece are considered very slight. In flashbacks, I feel like he has more freedom than in the present in terms of death. But still, like Oda doesn't usually pull the trigger like he is in the final saga.
We do got a lot of we were saying that the satellites of Vegapunk, like the female ones at least, are like different versions of Ginny, but what if it's Bonney?
See, that's what I was going to say. I can't remember who brought it up, but I heard a theory earlier that Bonney did pass at the age of 10, but Vegapunk successfully cloned her, and Kuma took the memories from the previous Bonney and put them in the new Bonney so that she would never think anything had happened, and they may have even given her devil fruit.
Yeah, I spit that. Like I said that yesterday, and earlier in VC today, I was talking about it too with like you and Cody and everybody. Like I brought it up as my spicy agenda at the beginning. I don't think that the Bonney that we saw in the flashback, I don't think that's the same Bonney we're seeing today.
You know what would be crazy? She basically experienced her death through that flashback, right?
Yeah.
And then she fights a Marine, and she uses an attack called near-death experience. That's dope. I would love that.
Another
And
thing
I
I
mean,
did
like,
see was if Bonnie realized in the memories that Kuma's not her real dad. That would be
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
heartbreaking.
definitely.
She
Hard.
probably did not. She did not know that. I'm sure she didn't know none of that.
I
That
don't.
might be why he didn't want her to know, right?
Right,
well, like
exactly.
people were bringing it up, like if she did the whole alternate timeline thing and then she got all buff, like if she was a Buccaneer, that would be the alternate timeline where Kuma was her dad, but that isn't the
Oh,
timeline we're in.
Yeah.
damn, bro.
No, this chapter made a
Oh, you're
lot of
making us
sense, like a
tear
lot
up, man.
more.
God.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like when Kuma asked Perona at the end of Thriller Bark, and he's just like, "Yo, if you could go anywhere, where would you go?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that
saw
whole
that and like,
And
it's
even like
crazy to
when
me
he
that
called her
literally
jewelry
every
Bonnie.
single minute thing that Kuma does in some way
Yeah,
goes
that's
back
right.
to how much he appreciates his family and how kind he is to others and stuff like that. It's immensely insane. Because
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
we
man.
questioned why Kuma would choose to go and protect the Straw Hat ship instead of Bonnie or something. But now we know how much he wanted to meet Nika and Joy Boy. I think
Oh,
something
man.
that, with him knowing Luffy, was going to be Joy Boy or
Yeah.
feeling like that, then it makes a lot more sense now.
And it's
Well, what
Dragon's
I
son
think
too.
is
It's just
wild
all
is that
together.
there's kind of this weird parallel right now between Kuma and Luffy as the new Nika. Is that Kuma wants to be like Nika, so he's selfless and he treats others and he does all these things. But Luffy is a very selfish person. Like he's very much, I'm going to my own goals. If that includes freeing people along the way, yeah, but it's mostly about his freedom and his crew's dreams. Like he's not as selfless as Nika should be in Kuma's eyes, and it's a really weird parallel I've picked up. And I'm sorry when you said the Nika thing, I just remembered it.
Mm-hmm.
see, I also completely agree because in my opinion, I'm making a video on this and it's one of the reasons why Luffy is terrifying. Because
Yeah.
if he had even a little bit of bad moral, the world's over. Like the world is blowing up. Like
Yeah,
the
because-
only reason
oh, man,
the
yeah.
One Piece world is still standing where it is because Luffy.
It's
That's
kind of
it.
true because if it was like if Blackbeard had Luffy's fruit, it would just be straight anarchy.
Yeah, straight done.
Because that's his view of freedom. Like it would be different, bro. Like Luffy, but I don't like. Do you think? Because I think people get mad when it's like, do you think it's destiny that he got the fruit? Like, do you think it's? Because I feel like it
I mean,
kind of
I mean,
is,
the-
bro. Like
that specific, they are talking about the fact that like, oh, it like has a will of its own and stuff, and
yeah,
like there's also theories on the fact that if the will of the user matches it, the fruit will eventually find the user itself or like the
Yeah.
person it's intended for. But
I think
I feel
the
like
fruit kind of like felt a certain like a similar presence to the original Joy Boy. Like Luffy he tried to stab his eye out, and then
Yeah.
like I feel like because one of our theories was that Joy Boy had the Jolly Roger.
Mhm.
So like when he did that, then maybe he saw like, oh, that's like similar to the original Joy Boy.
Yeah. I
well,
like
you got
them
to
a
think
lot.
about it, like that he, like Shanks specifically, somebody who probably communicated directly with Roger, who knew exactly like what needed to be done. He said we're too early, but Shanks specifically procured that fruit from a world government ship, and things like that, and went way out of his way. And the second he brings it to the East Blue, he leaves it completely unguarded around Luffy. I think there's like a little bit of a setup going on, but it might be partly the fruit, it might be also partly Shanks, and we just don't know enough about what Shanks knows. But I mean, that's a clear connection we can make, is
Yeah.
that this was orchestrated, maybe not just by the will of the fruit, although I love that, but by Shanks
By
as well.
Shanks, yeah.
See, in my opinion, I think that Shanks. I don't think it was meant for Luffy in the sense of Shanks giving it to him, because I think that Shanks wanted it to go to Ace or just Roger's son, and
Yeah, I agree
he
with that,
knew
yeah.
he was in the East Blue or Goa somewhere,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
But
he
then-
would
but
try to
then, like,
find
that's where
him,
it's
and
like
then
a
he would
mix, I
sense someone very similar
But-
to Roger, and they're like, "Oh, okay, this kid's like Roger, then this kid's probably his son. All right, let me give it to him." But with Luffy,
Yeah, like
it was just
he
complete,
remembered
like,
hearing.
yeah, it was just complete, like, first off, idiocy because he's just hungry as shit, but that's also one of the funnier things, that the more like hungry a person is to eat the dough, the more story. Like
Well,
even with
I mean,
Yamato.
to feed into both of the agendas, that it was partly the fruit and partly Shanks, is like Shanks left it unguarded. This person probably, Shanks probably figured out like this fruit is going to evade anybody unworthy of it. And
Yeah.
and maybe
Well-
Shanks was like, I should eat this fruit, but then he was like, no, it's not for me. And the fruit might have imparted part of its will into Shanks's mind, like, no, don't eat me. But then
No,
all
that
of a
I
sudden there's this
completely agree
kid.
with.
Yeah,
I think
so like
that Shanks
if you're able
knows
to
that
eat, it's
there's
like a
wills
sword and a
fruits and
stone.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a sword and a stone thing. Like whoever's actually able to eat this fruit and it doesn't evade them, they are
What
the
is it,
one.
like Excalibur or something like that? The
Yeah, something like
the
that.
sword that you pull out the rock? Yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
it
let
is
me
true.
ask-
Like Luffy is really the perfect one for it, just because his mind is so naive and childish too, but also like he's simple minded, where it's like with being
It's
like
literally
Joy
monkey
Boy,
brain.
it's like
It's monkey brain.
yeah, exactly.
I was gonna ask, do you guys think that Shanks knew possibly that the Gum Gum fruit was somehow tied to reaching the One Piece? From what, like maybe?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Without a doubt. Without
Because-
a doubt.
awesome.
Because I was so invested on Shanks's reaction of seeing Luffy's Gear 5 form, and for me, it said it all. The fact that he's
Yeah.
not like,
That's
oh
when he
my
saw the
god,
One
like
Piece,
eyes
or that's when he
popping,
wanted
that's
it.
Luffy. The fact that it's just ... and he's just looking at the newspaper.
Yeah, and
Gives me
right when he
all
saw
that
it,
I
he's
need.
like, now I want to go claim the One Piece.
Yeah.
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 Andy came to Wano shortly after Luffy went Gear 5.
Yeah.
Like, he knew
I
something
mean,
was
in
up.
his
He was like,
reaction
I
when he
think
saw
he said with
the
Blackbeard,
the
right?
devil fruit, he was like, "So this is
yeah.
like this is the awakening for the Gum Gum fruit." So yeah, and plus, bro, I don't know if y'all watched that. Well, I think Vex said he did. That scene where him and Luffy is sitting down on the cliff in the anime, and he's like they're like looking at the sun and shit, bro. That shit was like heartwarming to me, bro.
It's a new
I
episode.
think I do know what you're talking about.
It
In
was
the
in the
latest
episode.
episode?
It was in
it was
last
in the manga
episode.
as well.
Yeah. Well, it was the last episode, right? When he when Luffy
Yeah,
was named
they
Yonko,
were
right?
flashing back to like Luffy as a kid with Shanks and
Yeah.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. That was good. That was good.
I love that.
I liked a lot of what they've been doing with the Red Hair Pirates in recent, like in the manga. I think we only get like not even a half a page of them like actually procuring the Gomu Gomu from the world government ship and beefing with who's who. But we got like a it was a really good stylized scene in the anime. They took like a couple minutes of the episode and like we really got to see a little bit more of them in action and stuff. And it's like stuff that you really can't get in the panels. I think they've been really doing a good amount of it's not like fluff or anything like that, but like they've really been giving like certain scenes that we got just like a half a page of in the manga their time to really shine in the anime. I love what they've been doing ever since like Sanji versus Queen. This anime has been built completely different. Like honestly,
Yeah,
I
that was
agree.
like the weird shift of well, okay, Roof Piece. I'll say Roof Piece for sure. But I think Sanji versus Queen when they really like dialed in, like okay, we about to every fight from here on out and every like scene, it's finna be big. You feel me?
In my opinion, I don't even think it started then. I think the real like revolution of the One Piece anime in terms of like how great it is started in two phases. I think the first phase was right after the Laugh Tale and Roger episode in Odin's flashback there. And then second was 1015.
Yeah, 10
Because
15.
1015 was arguably like
The best
One
episode.
Piece's like best episode.
No,
it
for
was
sure.
insane.
For sure. I'm tripping. It was 10-15.
But
Yeah,
I say those
think
two
what-
episodes really sparked like the anime to be like, all right, you know what? One Piece is like not coming to a close, but it's entering its final stages. This is where we hit it home and really show what One Piece is all about.
But do you think the Egghead anime is going to be on this level consistently? Because I feel like
Oh, yeah.
I think the Egghead manga's been
has
better than
to.
Wano, but I don't know if the Egghead anime will be as good just because Wano has the best action, the best fights and stuff. I don't know if Egghead's going to be on that level.
I think that
what I
I
like
mean,
about
time will tell,
Egghead,
honestly.
about the setup of Egghead, like everything that was like, it wasn't necessarily like, knock them down fight after fight after fight, but we do get like some show between some of the other Straw Hats defending themselves to get, like, I don't know, they could definitely add a little bit more to some of the scenes, and I think that, yeah, I think the quality is only up from here. I honestly, like, Egghead, the intrigue with the whole situation with like who's the traitor and stuff like that was so well done, and though I still have beef with the payoff and like the reveal of that, like I think that one of the worst payoffs I've ever seen
Was
in One Piece, but
I
the
don't think
build up was insane. And like seeing that like more cinematically, I think that'll be a completely different experience.
Yeah, I've
It
always
does
near
look
that,
so
too.
cool. Like there's Sky Islands and stuff. You got lightsabers. There's just so much where it could really look good, but I just don't know if it's. I just think from an animation standpoint, I don't know if it's gonna be on the same level.
Preach the true test to see if Egghead will really be as good as the manga in the anime is after Wano, post Wano. Before you get to Egghead, all the events that transpire with Kobe, Boa, Blackbeard,
Yeah,
all
that's
that
true.
stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
I
the
don't know.
big
I
test.
think they
Because
might
there's
chill
Shanks.
with them, though.
There's what was that?
I think they might be a little, like go a little low key with the pre-egghead stuff. But once we get into egghead, then we go to the Shanks and Kid,
She's a kid. Yeah.
Garp.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Law
I
and
was saying
Blackbeard.
though before, well, we were on call, but before we hopped on stream, I was mentioning like they're getting dangerously close to where, like, you know, they're like only like 40 chapters behind and stuff like that. And I know they normally keep like a pretty safe distance. I don't think we're gonna get like filler in between, but I really hope, and I've heard a lot of people saying this, I hope we start to get like animated cover stories in the anime, like specifically the Germa's emotionless excursion, because
Yeah, I think
that's
we need
really
that.
honest.
It
That's
would
important.
make
That's like super
so
important.
much more sense if they
Yeah.
did.
And I
And then we
think
need
they,
to,
I honestly think
I
they
don't-
should
I
take a
don't
break
think that
too.
we're
Like
gonna
a quick.
get.
Go ahead, JJ.
Go ahead, Jesse. Yeah.
Oh, you good? I was just about to say, I think like we're just going to get a lot of this stuff that's going on in Egghead a little bit more elongated. I can imagine. I mean, I feel like that people complain about the pacing, but for the most part, recently, hasn't it kind of been like a chapter or episode? Am I wrong?
Yeah, but that's bad compared to other anime. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
but what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is now, like when Garp pull up to Hachinosu, that's like 9 episodes. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just
Some of
think,
these
like,
chapters are
yeah.
short too.
you know what might piss me off? They might
something
make
like
the,
I think Blackbeard versus Law is going like that fight's going to
we're
be
gonna make that
long.
a full fight.
They
I
should.
I
need
think
it.
they're gonna spread out the tension between Kid and everything just to make the whooping look worse. Like I said, Hachinosu is gonna be longer. I just think everything that we're getting, you just divide it by 2. That's how I see it.
I think that they're gonna make the fucking Seraphim and Luffy and Zoro so much longer, bro. And it's gonna be so frustrating because it's like,
Yes,
why
sir.
aren't y'all using advanced hunters? Like, that's
What
the
I
first
need-
thing.
Didn't they take a
That
break?
what I need
when Wano
is I
came?
need like 10 full episodes of Luffy versus Kizaru. Like I
Oh,
need
God.
that. It's time. Like I need it.
Don't make it look better for Kizu. One shot.
Dude,
he was
I
out.
I don't think anime onlys are ready for how many emotional moments are in Egghead.
Oh, not at
Yeah.
all.
All they see is the
Garp,
hype, bro.
bro.
They see the thumbnails and stuff, but they know. I think they know it's coming, but they don't know how good it really is.
Yeah, like that Saul reveal is gonna hit hard in the anime.
Oh
100%.
man.
Oh man, they in the
Yeah.
chat talking
Do y'all
about
know
Green Boy and
people that's
Shanks.
actually anime only?
No, I've never met somebody that only watches.
I was
that
on
anime.
I think I do know.
I
some
was
people like that.
watching I was watching a friend of mine do a live stream on Twitch and somebody was anime only in the chat and I was like, "Oh, where are you at?" He was just post Marineford, he was in Fishman Island and
Okay.
stuff and he's like, "I can't wait to see Gear 5." And I was like, "What?" Like, whoa. And he's like, "I bet God Valley is going to be hype." I'm like, "Bro, what are you doing?" Like,
That one
Okay, I will
reaction
say-
channel was what's his name, bro?
It's like Uzumaki Khan.
Uzumaki,
the
but
legend.
yeah, but he changed, right?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
it
no,
called?
He
I was
caught
it
up,
is.
yeah.
Because
The
of the
only
fact
time
that he
people-
got spoiled constantly with
Yeah.
Gear 5 is the reason why he switched to the manga.
So usually the only time people are anime only is if they're not caught up yet. But like I don't know anyone that's like caught up to One Piece and
It's
didn't
different in One
transition to the
Piece.
manga.
Yeah, because
other anime is not like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, I
Because
didn't even
another
make
anime,
it.
I was even anime only for a lot of series.
Yeah, One Piece
Yeah,
is the
I-
first manga I read. Like,
yeah, no, same here. 99% of the people who finish One Piece in the anime specifically and don't have any more episodes to watch will have this deep dark pit inside of them and they're like, I need more.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
what do? They resort to the manga. They're like, okay, this time but screw it, I'll try it out. And they love it.
To go
So
to- and
and then now we're reading manga weekly, and this is where we are.
So
So
I see a lot of.
I mean, it's
people-
exactly what happened to
I
me.
get comments on my channel, and it's like they'll be like, "I'm in like Marineford right now." It's like, bro, why are you even subscribing to me, bro? I don't want you to get
Like,
spoiled,
watching
bro.
videos, man.
no, but I was doing the same thing though when I was catching up. Is like I would watch older videos though when I was like blowing through episode after episode after episode, like I got to the point where like I need to slow down because I dread the day that I will catch up and there's no more. Like you were saying, Prince, like that void. And so I started watching older videos, and when I was peeling through Whole Cake, I'd look at like Tekking's channel, and I'd be like, okay, let me look at like a video that's 2.5 years old because this would be something that was coming out during Whole Cake, so
Bro,
I
I
wouldn't
did-
spoil myself.
I did the
and I
same
was
thing,
talking
bro.
to some of my friends as well about if like something happens in the world before One Piece ends, and I'm like, bro, I would go to extreme lengths to make sure that One Piece ends.
Yeah.
I need to see this story finished. Like it
If
is
not, I'm
way too
tracking down
damn good.
Oda and figuring out everything.
Bro, Vex, I,
We just put Oda in like a bulletproof
when
case
I
or
was
something like.
when I was
Yeah.
when I was reading One Piece, bro, I remember going back and like I read the Law versus Smoker fight. And at first, bro, when I read that chapter, I was like, bro, I had to see the reactions and stuff, and I went and I saw King of Lightning from like 11 years ago, bro. I was like, that's
11 years
crazy,
ago.
bro. Like he's been doing One Piece stuff for like 12 years.
It was Tekken for me,
Wow,
bro. It was the Tekken
Yeah,
series
and-
when he first started doing the breakdowns of the Straw Hats, and it was actually Zora was the first one I watched. That fraud.
Yeah, like Tekking was definitely somebody who like was one of the first people I watched. But like whenever I first got caught up and like the floodgates opened and everything, and I was able to actually get into current One Piece theories, like what were people thinking off of the absolute latest chapter. Shout out to the big man in the call right now on stream hosting it all. We're on his
Great,
channel
yeah.
right now. One of the absolute first videos I ever saw as a current One Piece fan was like the whole Orz's Joy Boy thing. Like it
crazy,
literally
bro.
sent me down the whole rabbit hole that got me to where I am today. So
Yeah,
Now
mad
that's cool
props
to hear
you.
that, bro. That's cool to hear that.
Preach was the first One Piece YouTuber I subscribed to. Tekken was second. Because that Oars versus Joy Boy man, or Oars is Joy Boy man, that
Yeah,
theory,
because-
when I first heard that, it blew my mind.
Cause he posted it on his own, like I think it was his first video on his channel, but then he let
Was it
me
divorced?
repost it. Like I remade it, cause I was like, bro, can I remake it? Cause I think he didn't even want to do YouTube at that time. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was crazy,
It
bro.
was
That was a big video.
Impactful. But now, dude, Prince, that pitfall hit me in Dressrosa. The anime wasn't going fast enough for me, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking read this, and I did. It was best decision I ever made.
Oh, same here.
Nah, One Piece, bro. It's true, like, cause and once you finish it, you just want to go and watch like a bunch of theories and stuff. So
hmm
Because you want to understand other people's like perspectives and their understandings of what the story really is, and by doing so, you understand. Wow, there's many different people who really love this story just as much as I do, and
nah,
it's
shout out
crazy.
to the
And then
OGs, bro.
you
The
get
OGs
involved
were
with the
like
community and
Tekken,
stuff.
King of Lightning,
Yeah.
Roger Base.
It was Grand Line
GLR,
Review,
there's
when he
many
did
of them,
his old videos. His old style. was
Sawyer
really
7
playing
Mage,
stuff.
like Cody's saying in the
Sawyer,
chat, Sawyer 7 Mage goes way
Bro,
back too. Like
I
one of the
just-
OGs. And King Recon, like
Bro, Sora. The first thing I think I found Sora because I was watching I think it was like Legend of Korra or something. It was something with Avatar, and I remember I watched him like 10 years ago. And bro, like, cause now he only makes One Piece now, right? I think he only does
Sawyer?
One Piece.
Yeah, I think he only
I don't think he does like other series anymore.
Damn.
yeah,
I
he
just saw
definitely
the
doesn't post this
funniest
frequently.
tweet from King of Lightning, bro.
What is it?
Y'all seen Spider Verse?
Spider-Verse? Which one?
Bro,
Across
I'm
the
not.
land.
Don't tell, bro.
Oh, I
I'm
haven't,
about to
I
watch it,
haven't.
bro. I'm about to watch it
I'm about to watch it though.
Oh, let me tell you the ending real quick. Then. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
because it just came on Netflix.
So
Right?
when
It's on Netflix.
when Spider-Man finds the One Piece, bro, shit hit hard. Like,
No, I want to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
that for real.
Come back, report back to me after y'all watch because I actually love that movie. So they
Yeah,
I
it
saw the
doesn't
first
get
one.
out of bed for
Spider-Man
me,
went
man.
Gear 6. That was amazing.
I think I've seen the first movie like 50 times.
50 is kind of crazy. I've seen the second one like 4 times already though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
same.
do love the Spider-Man animated movie.
The demonic editor.
I'm not going to say any
game.
spoilers, but the way they designed the different universes in this one is just marvel. Like, it's beautiful. It is so pretty to look at.
Did y'all play the
Yeah.
Spider-Man game?
Yeah, I finished it.
I watched Chris Move play it.
Shout out to Chris. Wood.
God, shout out Chris Move.
Every time I get it, it's a big game that's out that I don't play. It's always gonna be Chris. Wood.
Chris Move got
That's my
it.
game of the
Yeah.
year, bro. That's my game of the year for sure.
Game
But I'm a
of the
huge
year.
Spider-Man
that's-
fan, so I'm biased.
I mean, we got Pokemon, not
Same.
Pokemon, Zelda,
bruh.
Spider-Man, Final Fantasy 16, Starfield, which was a little bit of a little disappointing. It was still a good game though. It was still a good game, but it was Baldur's Gate is great. I haven't made
Diablo
that
4.
too far into it.
Diablo.
I haven't played Diablo.
I haven't played like half of those, bro.
Bro, what I'm waiting on is GTA 6, bro. When that shit gonna come out?
That trailer dropping in December.
December, yeah. I'm waiting.
10 more years, bro. That's
Bro.
crazy.
Hey,
Prince, I want to ask
you know what? Oh,
go
go ahead.
No, I just want to ask you real quick, bro. I know you appreciated that Sabo cameo.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I love
the
bro.
fucking Sabo cameo.
It was dope. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah.
Because I be fucking around when I be slandering something. I really do like Sabo a lot, but it's fun to slander that Admiral scaling shit though. That was hilarious. But nah, shout out to Big Sabo, man.
Yeah. But I was about to say, bro, hey, everybody I've seen it's 60 plus likes right now on the stream, which is crazy. If we can get to like 150 likes on the stream, even post like publishing and stuff like that for YouTube, then I think we might, I don't know if y'all want to do it, but I'd be down to just do like GTA 6 with all the OPU boys. That would be so dope.
Oh, for sure. I'm doing that.
I'm down, bro.
That'd be so cool.
10 years later.
If you guys want it, like the damn stream.
I'll make it happen.
Shit, we might get it after One Piece ends, but it's a good segue.
Well, didn't a bunch of the like assets for it leak a few months back?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, there's a lot of known information about GTA 6, like location and stuff like that. Characters.
Within a year or so, then like just like a year or two.
Probably 2025.
Chad, what is your game of the year, Chad?
I'm still curious about mine. If I had to pick, I'd probably go with Spider-Man.
Yeah, Kuma's dying, and then Frankie's getting.
What you said, Krow?
I said I'd go with Spider-Man or Baldur's Gate. I think Baldur's Gate is like the hipster choice. Spider-Man is the easier choice.
Damn.
You know what game I want to play, bro?
91% of us thought that Kuma was gonna die, or is gonna die. So there you have it. Tragedy is gonna complete itself.
Me and JJ, two of the only ones voted no, probably. Like...
Oh no, he dead. I wasn't on your team. I'm sorry.
Oh nah, man.
Oh yeah.
See, the thing is, it's not that I want him to die. It just makes the most sense based on trajectory of the story. And I really don't want it to happen. I really don't.
Ever since we saw Bonney,
this man's whole life is sacrifice. So it's like he got to finish off what he started.
Man, he needs to put his fucking conscience into S-Bear. That's all I need, bro.
And ever since
Cody,
we saw Bonney, when she finally saw his memories and stuff, I was like, yeah, Kuma's gonna die, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. It was a thing I didn't know. When they unleashed the pacifistas in Marineford, we got Bonnie's reaction to that. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, no.
Damn,
I saw that. And she
that.
started crying. Yeah.
Yeah, she started crying when she saw the pacifistas.
Was that when she's like, they turned into a monster or something?
No, they showed every Supernova's reaction, but like everybody was just looking all serious and she was crying.
And the funny thing is, we all thought before that it had something to do with Whitebeard or Ace or something like that, but it's actually about Kuma.
Yeah, we didn't find out Kuma was a dad until when?
Until last year.
Way later.
Egghead.
It was confirmed last year.
Or that they had
like the whole Ivankov scene at Marineford, like where Kuma forgot Ivankov.
Ivankov's face,
so
harder.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
much harder now.
After reading Kuma's flashback and going back and seeing all the moments, it is a complete revolution in terms of what's going on, and it has a double meaning. Like, and I'm sure Oda knows this stuff when he's making these storylines and things like that. So which is why the payoff is so much better.
Krow said that Kuma's in his top 5, right? You said top 3 or top 5?
Oh yeah, he's in my top 5 too.
So what about? I want to ask everybody, like, where is Kuma for you right now?
Top 5.
Top 5.
What's good,
I'm putting him in top 3.
Yeah,
3.
Yeah, I'd say like for me, it's like Rayleigh, Law, Kuma. Like that's gotta be like that's my top 3 characters.
We're not gonna
like I said,
Luffy, right?
We're not gonna include.
No, I can't.
Luffy
Can't include Luffy.
No straws. No straws.
No straws.
Okay, then I'm going also top 3: Bon Clay, Ivankov, and Kuma.
Garp. Garp, Kuma. It's not in order. Garp, Kuma, and who else? Kizaru.
Yeah.
I made a
Good
tweet
pick.
about this. Let me check my Twitter because I know I
don't know if it's in
included
my
Brook
top
and
5, but
Luffy.
I think it might be the one that's
so
like the lowest.
Can't
on-
include them now if we're excluding Straw Hats. But hold on, I have mine.
I
We're
was gonna say
including-
controversial
But I
pick,
think with some
but,
characters, like with Odin, bro, like I instantly love Odin, but I feel like with Kuma is someone that I think over time I'll appreciate him more and more.
Yeah.
When this
Yeah.
conclusion happens to his character, whatever happens at the end of Egghead, I don't. That's gonna be so hard to deny him a top 5 spot. I feel.
Especially if you
Oh,
read, like how you
100%.
say, if you reread it with all the little details that there is, I think, yeah, like
Bro,
you're
I'm
not.
telling you,
Yeah.
when you see him just ask what Shawty name is with the round eyes, Verona.
Corona.
Corona.
Going
Put some
vacation.
respect on
You
it.
know what chapter that was?
I watched the anime.
I don't know
so-
the exact chapter, but I know it was in the middle of Thriller Bark, like because
No.
Nami also got to the ship as well, and she
It
saw
was
the
like
whole thing happen.
it was like 360 something. I want to say, I don't know, something
Downstairs,
around there.
bro,
think
Green
maybe.
Bull.
I might
He's top 5
reread
strongest
through the
characters,
bark.
bro.
But yeah, for me,
everyone
top
should
5
reread Thriller Bark.
Yeah, 100%. Top 5 in OP right now for me, without Straw Hats. So I had Brook and Luffy in there, but Sabo, Kuma, Kawamatsu, and then I'll put Bon Clay and Kobe, and then honorable
Forgot
mentions
Shanks,
Gyros.
bro.
Bon Clay.
You're a
yeah,
real
that's
one.
good. Oh,
You're a real one for Kawamatsu. Like that's my guy. Like,
Not
that's
quite.
my standard.
Mine is like it's definitely Odin, Whitebeard, and Guard for sure.
Whitebeard.
After that, I don't know, bro. Me, I don't know if Kuma makes it yet, but we'll see. For like at the end of the
All
arc. Actually, who's
Let me
my top
let me
5?
reshuffle. Let me
The
reshuffle.
fact that none of you have mentioned my boy Ryoboshi
Hold up.
is just
Oh,
an
fuck
insult.
Oh my
That's the one that was thinking, right?
Fukuboshi over Ryoboshi. But,
Be Ryoboshi all day, every day. Him and Momboshi stepping up and dancing and singing to make sure their sister stayed happy while their mother bled to death behind them. Goats.
Yeah,
no, but hold on. We gotta
What was Fukuboshi
mention.
doing? What was Fukuboshi
Actually, bro,
doing?
chat. I want to
Holding
do a
his dead
stream.
mom.
I want to do a stream like top 100 characters one day. Let me know if you want to see that.
Just characters.
Ryonosuke though. Ryonosuke's definitely top 5, right?
Now that I know the lore that Ryunosuke didn't have to struggle, now it makes me madder at Buddy with the brush fruit. I can't remember that.
Tanjiro.
Tanjiro? Yeah, because he purposely did it to like make fun of Momonosuke, and also because his name's Ryonosuke. It's quite literally very similar to Momonosuke, and the fact that he did a shitty drawing of it is shitting on it even more because we can draw well later on.
Nah, Ryonosuke was him.
He was him.
No, Ryonosuke was him though.
He did
Like
his
y'all
job.
gotta
I was
understand.
heartbroken.
All right, Shanks, Garp, Kuma, Kobe, Kizuru. They're my top 5 non-straw hats.
No one mentioned
thinking-
Corazon at all.
Bro, I put
My
Law.
boy.
Like I
Yeah,
put Law in
that's true.
my top 2. So I mean that's close. Like that's shout out. Like because you got like the whole reason I vibe with Law so much is his backstory, and Kuma as well. Saul is in my top 5 because I only gave y'all top 3.
I think Dofi's in
But
mine, bro.
Saul, yeah, Doffy is
Man,
mine. Yes, and then I put Helmeppo just outside of top 5.
Hey,
Mr.
Mr.
Beast
G in
already
chat
are
said
all the
ranking would be crazy. Y'all should do a pirate crew draft. Believe it or not, we've already done this.
Twice.
Twice actually.
And I
we
won
were
both
the
times.
originators of this. Let's also put that in there.
Last time I cooked. Both times I cooked the fuck out of y'all. The first time it wasn't even
Bro,
close.
let me get an ancient
No.
weapon both times.
Nah.
Bro, who cares about Shiro?
Nah.
He always
Alright.
Shirahoshi or Vegapunk, like you be cheating, preach.
No,
in front of my.
I gotta speak to my guy JJ. JJ earned the W's. I'm saying it for real. I was in the
Let's
streams,
go.
like I seen it.
Because he was
Let's
let me
go.
tell you what he was trying to play to the crowd. He's gonna get those characters he know the crowd fuck with. Fuck all that.
Yeah, you got Luffy.
What?
You got Zoro. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. Get out of here. In a fight,
Those
we
are tag
looking
team
up.
champions. What you want from me? Those are tag team champions.
How many tag teams? How many times they fought together?
It was on the roof. What you mean?
It was on the roof.
Re-
And bro,
Recently.
they did
So
fight
what
one
time?
time, but I
It
feel
was
like
twice.
I would love to see a fight
Like
with
and
subscribe.
Luffy.
Like and
Sanji,
subscribe.
I would love to see that.
You said you like to see Zoro and Sanji?
Yeah, like a 3-on-3.
We haven't seen
That would be
that
dope.
them three fight together since the Pacifista, right?
Since the
Yeah.
pacifist, and also since that like tiny little excursion of them trying to fight off the ships in Alabasta too.
Oh, and the Kraken.
Oh yes, can't forget the
Tsurume.
Kraken.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for
Tsurume.
that octopus.
Yeah, they tripped out. They went crazy.
See,
I wanna
what
see
I
a
think
real
is
fight,
hilarious
though.
is that Zoro. See, that's why I love Luffy so much, because he thinks on a completely different scale. Zoro and Sanji were like, "All right, we need to kill this beast and then move on with our journey." Luffy's like, "Nah, fuck that. Let's tame it, bro. Make it our pet." And then they end up doing that, and look what happens. That pretty much is like one of the main reasons why they were able to get out of Fishman Island alive.
Yep.
Crazy.
Luffy
Is
is
always-
all my favorite characters, and ain't nobody say Buggy, so I just need to throw him out there real quick because
Fuck that guy.
Buggy is him for real.
I think Buggy's the crown jewel of Hachinosu,
I
man.
like
Let's go. Let's go. Buggy D Crown.
Buggy D crown, baby.
I might be.
Zebek D crown.
I'm surprised no one said Katakuri.
No, but like,
Buggy.
but you got to think about it, like honestly, because like if Captain John's like that's my treasure, and then the treasure map that was supposed to lead the Captain John's treasure was pointing to a skull island, like obviously we've been thinking for a while that's Hachinosu. What if Buggy's been spending his entire life searching for this treasure, and then he only finds out at the end that he's the treasure all along, not the One Piece, but like the crown jewel.
You know what'd be
That
so
would be the most
funny
Buggy
is if
thing ever.
Crown Jewel is like the treasure Buggy's looking for, right? But it's just a large hat for the like skull of Hachinosu, because as you can see, like there's like a Dewey on the head of the like Hachinosu skull, and we've seen it many times that big name pirates have Deweys under their hats. We got Roger, there was Big Mom. Zoro even wears one. I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure Whitebeard wore one a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, it's many times in the story where like you see that, so maybe it's just missing its like original crown jewel hat, and that's what Buggy's looking for. Who knows?
I
I might
like
have to
that.
throw Mihawk into my top 5, bro. I like Mihawk.
I was gonna
was thinking
say
about
the
it,
fact
but-
that you didn't put in Mihawk is wild,
I
but
feel like he
I'm
hasn't
not a
done too
Mihawk
much
fan.
yet.
Yeah, of course you gotta put a power scaling one in there.
No, this ain't.
I
I'm
love
down.
Mihawk, bro, but he like
I don't know damn well I'm the last Mihawk gasser out there now, but I love his
I
character.
don't know.
though.
Vex, I'm
I think we
surprised
just
you
need to
didn't
see
say
more
treble.
from me.
That's a
Treble.
troll, man. Like I got
No,
mad
it's
respect
not.
for him. Okay, I got mad respect for him in the scope of a lot of the other Dolphy family members, because some of them, like I'm not like gonna shout out for like freaking Steven Tyler over here, or like the art chick or any of them, but like Monet and Virgo were peak, and I absolutely love them in Punk Hazard. And then we get to like see the rest of the Dolphy family, and outside of Corazon, which wasn't even there, like most of them I can't say are like the best characters, but Treble is actually a decently written character in the flashback.
Actually,
Yeah, like, I was
if we're gonna go with
trolling.
if we're gonna go with the Dressrosa route, I'm gonna go opposite of the Dofy family, and a very like a big honorable mention, top 10 I'd say, Leo.
Oh.
Leo is one of my
Wait.
favorite characters in
Yeah.
Dressrosa. That boy is him. Him is
I agree. I
especially
agree.
when
Don
he was
Shake
drinking the Sakazuki cup that you have to drink to become Luffy's subordinate, right? Every single person, right? It's like normal, tiny size. It's a shot. That boy downed it as if it's like a whole. Like
was
It's
the,
like
he is
Whitebeard.
simply different.
Yeah, it's like Whitebeard when he like had this giant like saucer
Yeah.
that he's just glug
Yeah.
glug glug like yeah.
Exactly.
Don Xiao.
No,
what was
Leo's
the name
him.
of Don Xiao? Chin Zhao's son.
Don Shinjo.
Sai.
Sai.
yeah,
Yes.
bro.
Sai.
Sai is him, not gonna lie.
I got into
Like,
a conversation with someone. They said like, "Do you think that he could have Congress hockey?"
Bro, oh my god.
Sai?
No, hold on, hold on. I don't think so,
I can
but I'm
see it,
saying
bro.
like, cause his dad had it, right?
Is that his grandson? I thought it was his grandson.
Oh, his
It is, yeah.
grandson. His grandson.
it's his grandson, yeah.
I mean, we know it can be hereditary, according to Garp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He didn't look that strong, but like, yeah, I don't think he had it.
Like, Oda be-
If he's that strong, then Charlos's durability feats are next level. Like that's crazy.
I feel like
You know
sometimes
who's-
Oda be eliminating Conqueror's hockey just off their design. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, someone's durability who's very underrated, because I'm rewatching it right now and I haven't really given it a thought, is I just watched it. Gang Beji. Beji's durability is actually very good.
He got socked by Big Mom. Yeah, he got socked straight up by Big Mom. So did Law like 10 times on Roof Piece. But like that dude was fine. Like, cause didn't that shatter like the Germa exoskeletons?
Yeah,
it shattered him.
Hey, now.
He definitely got conquered.
He got stronger from that too. I feel like if we see him again, he'll have something different. Like he'll be even more strong.
Hear me out. Pez, his kid. That's the next protagonist. If we get Two Piece, that's the only protagonist. He has one of the only supportive, non-deadbeat dads in all of One Piece. His mother is alive, which is more than we can say about
his
anyone.
Mother is a legend.
I mean, his whole family is a mafia.
Shiphone stands on business, bro. Like, Shiphone is one of like, the best characters.
Yeah, he got
Pez the brightest future in all of One Piece, if you ask me. Pez is
might be, I don't know, the smoking might not be main character energy, but he definitely could be, one of the wings of Pez.
It's a pacifier. But it's a pacifier. He didn't give his kid an actual cigar.
Yeah, it's not an actual cigar.
It is not like
it's like a decoration piece.
It's like a reverse. It's like a reverse. I mean, he'll probably start, but it's like a reverse of the Sanji and the 4 kids. They gave this man a lollipop instead of a cigarette. Like, it's the reverse of that. Yeah.
And we gotta come up with the crew for the sequel of One Piece.
The name.
I mean, Boofy gotta be the captain.
Boofy.
Do you even know what that means, man?
Boofy.
No, bro. Pause.
Vince spoke Nanji.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that LBF giant that we saw with Shanks has to be in the crew, bro.
Oh, he's too goofy. Oh, in the crew. Okay. A glass giant, but yeah, no.
Haryuden is like, he's still like 17 or something. If you think about like giant years, he's like a teenager in giant like scaling. For like how long they live.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, because they got some grown men. They got Frankie. They got Jinbei, Brook.
Yeah, Frankie will be the ship of this new crew. It'll be like
Brook has got to be there.
He did Momonosuke.
Brook will be there.
They deserve a spot in the crew.
Brook is dying, bro.
Bro, Bonney. Because Bonnie's only 12 years old.
Now hear me out. What if Bonney uses their fruit on a global scale after awakening, and we get like a One Piece GT, or like like where everyone's a kid again?
That would be so hilarious.
No.
It would be horrible for the story, but that'd be so hilarious.
About just announce another show with the main cast as kids again, bro.
If they Muppet One Piece, bro, I'm gonna fucking.
Because I think everyone wants a prequel, right? They want a voice entry. They want
that's
Roger's era.
The best sequel to One Piece is a prequel that consists of the Void Century.
Yeah, where we follow Moria up until his fight with Kaido.
It's gonna be Luffy Tunes Jr., right? Like Looney Tunes kids or whatever.
That's a Moria light novel, bro. Come on, bro.
Lil Or's an infant? Lil Or's does look like an infant, bro.
A Joy Boy manga would be good.
We are getting that right now, but
I think we might get
I know, but no, you know what I mean, though. Like,
and the thing with the voice entries, like he doesn't need to worry about plot holes too much.
Yeah, exactly, because we don't know anything about what happened.
So exactly. He can
he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
And it's like,
I didn't make it. Everyone walked on their hands. Ooh.
Bro. I mean, if we get some Space Pirate sequel, like 100 years later after the One Piece is found, and we find out like what's going on the moon finally, like,
and they have to find the Grand Piece, and it's just a planet full of treasure or some shit.
Bro.
See, the thing is,
treasure planet
is not something that's far from Oda's realm, because he definitely has some inspiration for it because of one thing, and that's the Dragon Ball crossover. He literally has Vegeta be a space pirate.
Hey, he loves Star Wars.
Yeah, so I could easily see space pirates actually being a thing.
Especially
before the end game of One Piece.
I think it was Mr. Bushido, I'm not sure, who has the idea. It might be Joe, but I don't know if y'all look at like the people that do the cover requests, but ever so often there's someone named Noda Skywalker.
The last one was literally done by Skywalker, the one with Brooke and the electric eel.
Exactly. And the idea is that that's just Oda drawing things
that he wants to draw.
Unfortunately,
There's a few of them. There's a few of the names that are really recurring, and like you could kind of see like little like nuggets of the truth, like in hindsight when you go and look back. There's a few of the that people think are just pen names of Oda sliding his own agenda in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
even the
have
world building
taken
is
cover
like,
arts extremely seriously ever since that Smash Bros cover art. It was a simple cover art, but Luffy quite literally is just in Gear 5 form, but it's orange instead of white. Like it looks
Yeah.
exactly the same. Ever since then, I was like, you know what? I'm taking cover arts extremely seriously.
I think the
Boys,
Vo-
like
the
that.
Void Century I think was a lot similar to Star Wars because they had I'm just assuming they had clones, they had cyborgs, robots, and lightsabers. We know they had lightsabers, so I think like, and we even saw with Mother Flame, so I think they had some like Death Star type of massive weapon that destroyed everything.
The Death Star. I like that. Look at the Mother Flame too.
I mean, it does make sense because it's just a one beam, just straight
Yeah.
into erasure, pretty much.
I hate to change the subject, boys, but I do have to go. It's like 11 here, and I have to be up at like 5:30. And I would love to stay and cook with you, but yeah, I have to make my exit, y'all.
No worries, man.
And
Hey,
there was one.
do
And
your
there was
plugs.
one.
Like, go
My
ahead.
plugs? Yes.
Yes.
We have
Plug it again.
I know JJ be keeping up with the news coup a lot. We have a very special episode coming out. It'll either be out in between Sunday and Tuesday, going over the last 3 chapters. So it's a big episode. Very, very excited for that. Got a lot of good streams coming up on the channel as well. Big game show this Saturday, and on Wednesday we're doing a news coup interview with Threevil. Would love to see some of you guys there. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Go follow me on TikTok. It's a little more hectic over there. I ain't gonna lie though.
Chad Rose.
Chad Rose. Oh my God, yes. So Chad Rose, I actually have to guys. I have to publicly apologize to you guys. I didn't realize what time your guys' stream was on Thursday. So we set up our new podcast, the Chad Rose, on Thursday night at 8. But we have now switched it out of respect for you guys completely to Friday at 8 o'clock. So if anybody wants to hear me ramble about other things besides One Piece, come check out Chad Mills. It's me. It's SSJ8 Cody, another wonderful member of the Last Ark. Fritz the Ditz. Vexus pops in there a lot. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah. It's your boy Vexus the twerking legend, Rear Admiral reporting for booty. Like
yeah, Rear Chadmiral, baby.
Go
Thank
check him out,
you guys
Chad.
so much for having me. You guys are the cousins of the Last Ark. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time, and I'm so glad that I got to come on here and spit with you guys.
Appreciate you
for
coming
sure,
on, bro.
man.
It was a
See
great
you
talk.
later.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Go check him out, Chad. Go subscribe to everybody. I got the link in the description. Yeah, and you can find everybody in there. I think you said 10 members, so like you could go find them in there. Vexes, you can link yourself. Everybody that's been in the stream, in the chat as well.
Trey Young got 30.
Yeah, like the Last Ark is a full like conglomerate. Like we're a crew. That's our shipwright. Lucas, I'm the head cook. Smokey is Dr. Vega Smokes. He's our doctor and our emergency food supply. We got Captain Denden Kushi, and 3-Day Trip is our navigator. We got our special grade sorcerer SSJ8 Cody. We got our combatant No Chill Dill. I don't know if we figured out a role for him yet. One of our newer members, Joshua Victor, just had a birthday recently. Happy late birthday to your boy. We got Fritz the Ditz as our shipwright. Like we're stacked to the nines with goats over there, and we would appreciate every single one of y'all coming over and showing some OPU love over at the TLA Discord. I just put in the chat. And it's just a lot of the vibes, like the all of y'all got here. We spit pretty much every Wednesday and Saturday, and now Chad Rose is gonna be a regular Friday thing, and we got the news coup coming out. We're a unit, like we all can't really do it individually. Although Denden Kushi can do it. He's got his own channel. It's actually got more subs than we do, but we're all working together to consistently put out quality free content, for people who want more of One Piece.
I want to know like how this whole thing got started. Like, just give me like a history on the Last Ark.
So it was a long time before I actually really got into it, so I can't really do it justice. Y'all got to get my boy Denden on. He's over in the UK, so it's like No, he didn't start. Like it started with a bunch of people, but like he could tell the story better than I can. And if you actually hop in the Discord, he is telling like a One Piece style like story in the general chat about like how TLA started. Not my character just got introduced. You know, it's pretty cool. But yeah, like I can't really speak it to justice, but it started out with like just a few creators, you know, whenever Dak was getting like big into it and Parvision was getting started out and stuff. So they've been going for over a year. I've only been a member for a couple months, so I can't really do the story justice, but we're a crew. We all ride or die for each other, you know, and like it's everyone there's like just a goat at what they do. We have promoters, we have organizers, we got streamers, we got people writing scripts, people editing videos, graphic design. We got like literally everything you could imagine, the full skill set between all of us, and we're just constantly trying to pump out new fresh material, you know, multiple times every week.
That's what's
Oh,
up,
Some
bro.
content, y'all heard it here first.
That's actually
Just
dope, bro. Because
go
how you
support and
said, like,
subscribe.
you guys, if someone writes a script or something, like if someone makes the video, somebody can help out with the editing and stuff. Like that's actually dope, bro.
Yeah, we're like a whole unit, and like you know, I'm definitely ride or die for y'all as well. So, like I said, like let me know if y'all need anything. I'm super, you know, glad to. I'm so appreciative. Like I was telling you, preach earlier, is like you were literally one of the absolute first theory videos I ever watched when I was fully caught up. And I wanted to say, you know, I got a lot of flowers to give out to the homies before we do wrap it up. So I'm gonna just hijack the stream real quick, another minute or two. But
Go ahead.
congratulations on hitting over 52K, and you know every single one of them is deserved. And thank you so much for bringing OPU over to this channel. It's a big decision, and it's been a long time coming that I get to like make it rain like 40 subs or 40 like members, you know, in the chat, and people can spit you know, a bunch of super chats at you guys. It's like I can't imagine, you know, like OPU being OPU without anyone, you know, and it feels I wish Zane was here, you know, so I could give him his flowers as well. But I had to say, preach, you were just a huge influence, you know, in one of the first like theory videos that got me down the whole rabbit hole to where I am today. So mad props to you, and thank you so much for having like all of us on.
I appreciate it, bro. Nah, it's that's what I like to see, bro. I like to see people get inspired and do their own thing on YouTube and just content creation in general, bro. Like I think people don't realize, like, if you really want to do it, you could do it. Like people think it's too saturated and stuff, but I really do think that people can make their own different wave in it.
I also
every-
wanted
And I
to
just
give
wanted
some
to- I-
flowers.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say like I gotta also shout it out to my guy Prince. Like when I first got into the One Piece community and started to like figure out like the whole Discord stuff and get into YouTube, I found OPU and I found TLA, and it's so crazy that I'm on board with TLA now and I'm on, you know, stream with you guys and everything. But one of the first, you know, people who I was really engaging in the chat and everything like that was Prince. And seeing all your streams, your reactions, the Helmet Bow, you know, stream, the Dolphy stream, watching you do One Piece Odyssey and your Vinland Saga stuff, like that was some of the funnest times I ever had in chat. And I got to shout it out to you because you were the first person who ever gave me a wrench on YouTube. And like I learned everything, you know, I like from watching, you know, Goat's like 3-day trip, and but it all started there as well. Like when it came to like me really coming out of my shell. And I remember when we were in the live chat figuring out what you could call your members for when you get monetized and everything. And I've been Jester Gang since day one, bro. So mad props to you as well. Congratulations on the Willa D video. And I can't wait to see what else you're pumping out soon.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Hey, you were one of the main supporters with any of my streams because, honestly speaking, it's a big shout out to Vex because in those Odyssey streams, I legit had 3 viewers max. It was Bobby, it was Vex, and then I think me on my phone. So it was really just.
don't be acting like I ain't show up, Prince. Don't do me like that.
You were there a couple times.
I was there for one.
Yeah. But still,
Yeah,
like
that's
Vex
another
really
thing,
was there like a majority of the time, and I really did appreciate like his presence and everything. And Jester Gang came out of nowhere. Like it's one of my theories that joined Jester, and now pretty much Jester Gang is everyone that's in the family for my channel. So I really do appreciate it. He really did like help out with that.
I mean,
And yeah,
he's right.
I
Like,
really
bro,
love
like,
what he's doing.
when I was in the Odyssey stream, bro, that was like I could feel like your energy was good for streaming, bro. Like you were actually doing really good.
Yeah, your
Oh.
interactions were fire, and it like
Honestly,
honestly
I
made it
might
all feel like a family. And like I vibe with everybody who was in them. You know, chats like Cam and Mega T.
Yeah.
You know, and it's too many people to list. Like TJ was there for all of it as well. Like it was just like
It was welcoming, bro.
that's like
for me, like
yeah, that's goats that every time I see them in the chat, I always remember. Like like I don't know if it was like 9 months ago at this point. Like whenever
Yeah,
I was first
long
getting into it,
time.
like that time flies. But yeah, like I'll never forget that, and that was like again like a huge part of me getting into the community. Speaking of JJ though, being in the chats and everything, I have to shout it out to my guy. My Dax twin, but John Sherrod on all social media. You are just an absolutely hilarious, unit of like amazing takes, and the voice of reason, here at OPU. We're saying we can't talk over each other and stuff like that. Like I absolutely love interacting with you in the chat and in the Discord and everything like that. And this guy shows up to every single TLA live, and he even shows up to my scuffed ass streams on my channel. And yeah, like I appreciate you spreading that voice all over the community, brother, because like I said, like OPU wouldn't be OPU without you. And yeah, like JJ, I got mad love for you, brother. Like mad props. Like I super appreciate every single time I see you in the chat, and again, like having me on today.
Why can't we talk over each other?
Bro,
I think
Bro,
Krow
you
has-
always
bro.
want to be devil's advocate. I
Krow is-
swear to God, it's always you. It's
Krow-
always
just
you.
talking to himself in a chat.
It's always Krow.
I think it would make for a fun dynamic if we just talked over each other all stream. Why not?
I mean, we do that. Like, it's not like we don't. We definitely do that. But
Yeah, shout out to Vex, bro. A legend, bro.
nah,
for
big
sure.
shout out.
No,
Nah,
legend
I
for
still
real,
got-
bro.
I still
Nah,
got flowers.
Memberships, bro. I
I
appreciate
still
it.
got flowers to give to Krow
Oh,
because
you do? No,
save the best for last, bro. But like mad props to you
God.
for like before y'all made the switch over to Preach's channel. I know you were hosting the streams for a while. You are the best Microsoft Paint artist I think I've ever seen. I don't vibe with every single one of your takes, but I see us agreeing a lot more in the chat and stuff like that. And yeah, you and Zane back and forthing and stuff like that. Like it's absolutely hilarious. And like again, like I really appreciate like all the interaction in the chat. Like I was saying about Prince and everything, like it's straight up like it's hilarious every single time I like get to see you defend yourself like on this hill you're willing to die on and stuff like that. And I gotta give you the props there. Mad love to you and your family. Can't wait for your little one to start watching One Piece as well. And mad love for everybody here at OPU.
My question is always, why I gotta be killed on these hills? I shouldn't have to die on them.
No, bro.
The hill is
Bro,
wrong in
you're
the
an
first place,
instigator, you
and that's the
start
reason why
everything.
you dying. Like, I mean,
Nah,
Bro,
man.
4 is a bigger number than 5. Just accept it.
Dude, that's one of my favorites.
No, that's like a classic, bro. That's like for real.
That's,
Like,
that's one of our favorite shirts for sure, bro. I go back and watch that, like it's like a fucking episode
it's
of
like
a
a
show.
30-minute argument, bro.
That shit was hilarious, bro.
Shout out to you, Vex, bro. Look, listen, you're one of the most down to earth guys, and like just seemingly overall genuine nice dude I've met in this community. You know what I'm saying? And every link you drop, none of it goes unnoticed. Every time you show up in the chat, it puts a smile on my face, and I'm sure everyone else. And we're so thankful for everything you do. Shout out to you guys in the live action, the live action, the Last Ark in general. That TLA, But yeah, shout out to y'all.
It does. It's
Yeah,
confusing. Like no, but yeah, I just had to come through and show the love for my guys. I wasn't about to like let the stream end without handing out all the flowers. I feel bad that Zane's not here. Like I haven't really interacted with him as much. We need to get him another mic, y'all. Like, but
we gonna do some.
still mic
yeah,
on
I
the way
just
for Zane.
yeah, I don't have a Twitter, so like that, like that's the thing. But if y'all like, I don't know, I made it rain a whole bunch of memberships. Take some of that, buy a new mic for Zane, please. That was for him,
He definitely needed, that's for sure. But we'll
I don't
get
think it's
him
the
the
mic. I
mic.
don't think it's the mic. I don't think it's the mic. I think it's the computer. To be it.
Ooh.
No, because I
Hey.
have the same mic. I don't use it for streaming. I use it for gaming, and the cutting out probably comes from the PC, not the mic.
Y'all heard it here first. Zane PC Fun, let's get it right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bruh.
Actually, how do we bring back the drawing stuff, bro? The
I
art.
don't know if I'll be able to do it.
So, Krow, if you screen share onto the
Oh,
Discord
wow.
and then
Thanks.
Preach, you go on to whatever streaming thing you're doing, and then you put that as a source. We can bring back the MS Paint art. We could do it.
I think we
Back
got
by
we got to
popular
figure it out.
man.
No, I asked Preach like 3 streams ago. Like I was like, when are you gonna be drawing one? He said soon, so I'm expecting that
really?
soon too.
Ooh.
All right, next week we're doing it, bro. I'm doing it.
Let's have
But
an
Bro,
art
I'm gonna let
competition.
you know right now, bro. Bro, my art is horrible. It's
Mine too,
horrible.
man.
No, bro, it's gonna be so much. Bro, do you remember the first time what was that game we played where we draw?
Scribble.io.
Arctic
Like,
Phone?
do you remember how
Yeah.
bad my drawings was?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. I don't even know if
Bro.
they'll know what I'm drawing. Like, bro.
That was some of the funniest shit ever.
That's the best thing, though. That's the best
gotta
kind
do-
of
we
like
gotta
you
do
put up a
that.
poll, be like, "What is Preach drawing right now?"
We could do, yeah.
gotta do that
That's a
again.
good
We have
idea,
to
bro.
guess.
The poll will decide what it is.
Shout out to Mario.
Or the chat, I mean,
All
the chat.
India. Appreciate you for tapping in, bro.
Yeah, and that's the last flowers I gotta give out is every single one of my goats in the OPU community. Like that's the thing is like obviously we come here for the stream, we come here to watch the OPU fam do what they do, but like I said earlier, whenever Handsome was talking about it, I think, and then Joe R and a few other people were saying it, like we straight up could not do what we do without all of you. Making sure you like the stream, make sure you subscribe, comment, share with all your friends and everything. It really goes a huge, long way, and these guys definitely deserve every little bit of it.
For sure.
I want to show love back, Vex, because like I literally don't remember doing OPU without you being somewhere spamming everybody's links. You make me want to make a YouTube channel just so I could get mine on there too. But you hit them with the John Sherrod and all social media so many times, making me feel like a big deal too. So I'm appreciative to be working with these guys. I'm everybody that was in the stream got amazing talent, and I'm just happy to be here every day. You see, I be getting quiet. When everybody's cooking, somebody got to eat. So, I just sit back and, what I'm saying, and enjoy the meal. I don't know if that's a pause moment or not, but I'm just going to say it just in case.
You good.
Vex, I'm
pause it
happy
for
you
you,
stayed
but-
so that, you could show the love that you did and you could get the love that you deserve as well. Because on Vex doing John Sherrod on all social media just like he did, that tickles me every time I see it. And we appreciate you, man. You need to know that. You need to know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel big things coming from OPU, big things coming from TLA. So everybody who got to, catch the stream and ride that wave, this is like we had you guys on our channel, and like that was when I first joined on with TLA, and again, we're also honored that you brought us on, here, especially after making the move. Like this is a huge moment, and One Piece is gas in every single chapter that comes out. I'm so excited, and definitely can't wait to organize some more stuff and get you guys all on again. And Krow, like you said, you're learning Baldur's Gate. I do One Piece D&D every Tuesday. The Scarlet Pirates. My campaign is set 24 years ago, right after the execution of the Pirate King Gold Roger. Spoilers, but we terrorize in the North Blue. Right now they're on Live Neal, which is like the island where Nolan was from and stuff like that. So like, yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I definitely can't wait to, if you're down, I mean, I could get some of y'all in on that too.
Does
But
it come through as a villain for like an arc villain?
absolutely, like I'll even let you kind of design your own devil
Bro,
fruit, brother. But,
He wants to be a villain, bro. You just could see it.
No. I don't want to make myself a staple, so I have to get defeated somehow.
Nah, bro.
Bro, we know you. We know
know the
what you
truth.
want. We know
It's
the
my
truth.
big Krow, bro. Come on, bro.
bruh.
Nah,
But
Vince,
yeah, I
bro.
mean, it's-
Listen, bro, you're welcome back anytime, bro. Like, you're a real one. And the thing for me is, I always remember the OGs, bro. The people that have been there supporting for real since day one. And, like, I see names from the beginning of my channel. I still remember it. So, yeah, we're gonna be streaming more, and you can always come back. And I want to stream my own stuff too, and do some stuff. If you ever see me in a call or something, or like, I want it to be just free for anyone to hop in. So, just know you're welcome, bro.
Dope. Yeah, appreciate it. I know you said you were new to streaming and all that. Like, I just kind of got it all figured out myself. I'm still a
Yeah.
little scuffed, but I can help you out with whatever you need, brother. Just like let me know. Like, that's like my thing is I like to kind of like help and like I'm still trying to like hone my skills is where I can get theory videos out consistently and stuff like that. I'm not paying for editors. I'm not paying for art designers or anything. I make every thumbnail myself. I make my assets myself. Like for my stream overlay, I did that, you know, like for free, like my own like graphic designing and stuff. So like I'm trying to like get to the point where I don't gotta really ask nobody and anybody can just come and ask me. So feel free to hit me up. I'm definitely gonna be sending you some emotes so you can get them out of the
For me, it's like, bro, I just got a PC recently. I just like I don't know anything when it comes to technology, bro. Even though I make videos and stuff, it's like I just like for me, I'm getting used to all these things. So that's why like even when like the drawing thing, like I don't even know how to do that. I'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, I can help you set it up. Like honestly, if you yeah, either way, but like it's super simple once you get it figured out as far as like depending on what streaming software you're using. But yeah, dude, I'm about it. Like I'm super excited to see what else is coming from OPU and from One Piece in general. But definitely keep an eye out on TLA because stuff is about to pop off. Like
excited for it, bro.
And if you guys haven't already in this 20-minute conversation of us just loving each other, please go ahead and subscribe to TLA's channel. All right.
Oh man, please do.
yeah, I got links in the chat right now, bro.
Y'all ready to we gonna wrap it up?
Let's do it.
Yep, I think
I
that's a
don't
good
think
place
that,
to end it all.
going back to chapter talk would feel a little awkward after that.
Yeah.
All right, John. No, I ain't gonna say it. He gotta say it. JJ, talk to him.
All right, what's going on, family? John Sherrod and all social media. It was a pleasure having TLA on. Preach been really wanting to work with new content creators, and we love working with people. So I was like, yo, we got to show love to the cousins. Like I need them on ASAP. So I was really happy everybody was able to jump on today. I'm mad I wasn't able to holler at my guy Fritz the Ditz because y'all all know the shipwright is the most important, part of the crew. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to y'all, of course. You know what I'm saying, to the navigators or whoever, but shipwright. It is what it is. But TLA, I'm so thankful for y'all to be coming through. It's a break week next week, huh?
Yeah.
We got a few things planned. Like Lucas was saying, we'll have 3 Volon on Wednesday, and actually, like I think in 2 days we're doing a sick game show over on TLA Live, and we've got like at least 2 or 3 streams planned for every week, break week or not. So come on through, y'all.
I think we're taking next week off because I can't make it, so we'll take next week off. Maybe the next weekend, I think it's Thanksgiving. We'll see what we do with that, but yeah, next week is a perfect time to take it off with the break week.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it real short and simple. It was fun having you guys on. Can't wait for us to collab again, and I hope Kuma get a little bit of light. You know what I'm saying, before it all gets dark again. That's all I got to say. But geez. John Sherrod, all social media, hit us up on the Discord. We had a lot of people join our Discord within the past week, and I love to see those numbers coming up. I love to see the people, loving to welcome the new family. So come see us on the Discord. OPU, we do what we do.
Big facts.
Show you right. Preach. Let's hear it.
Listen, man, I got just one thing to say, bro. Like this month, I think is going to be a huge month for Marshall D. Preach. We have 2 videos coming out in the next 2 weeks, and I genuinely, I know I keep hyping it up, bro. I think these are the best videos we've made. For mine specifically, I know it's my best video I've ever made. Wizard of Wars, I've seen it, I've heard the theory. It's incredible, bro. It's when you guys watch it, I know you're gonna love it, bro. Like I know it's gonna be a big video, and I just can't wait to post it at this point. It's a long one, and both of them are long. So next 2 weeks, November is gonna be a big month for this channel, and I just can't wait to see your reaction to it. Subscribe to this channel, and keep supporting the podcast. Share it to everyone that you know. Share it in Discord. Share it in Twitter. Let's keep growing the podcast, and make sure you like the stream as well. Just do everything to support as much as you can. We're growing the channel. We're growing the podcast, and that's really what it's all about. And we can't do it without you. So we appreciate the support, and let's just keep doing it, man.
For sure. Prince, let's hear it.
What's good, y'all? In terms of content for me, I am actually working on a video. It's much different than my usual videos. Very short even, but I'm currently editing it actually right now. So I'm gonna post it very, very soon. But that's coming up for y'all. interesting video, but hopefully you guys like it. But as far as other things go, like theories and stuff like that, I have a lot. I actually wanted to bring back the breakdown streams that I used that Vex was also and I remember vividly that the character I did
Hold on, he
next
cut off here. He cut off here.
Yeah, you cut
was
off.
Yeah, you're
Kuma.
Zane.
Okay.
Oh, am I Zane?
Yeah.
You're Zane, yeah.
Damn, I'm Zane. Shit.
That's what I thought.
Am I good now?
You good
Am
now?
I good now?
Yeah, you're good
Okay.
right now.
I didn't
Anyways,
know.
like I was saying, character breakdowns are
Subscribe.
damn it. Like and subscribe for sure. But character breakdowns are streams that I Vex talked about them. And we decided that Kuma was gonna be the next character. Probably the best time to do it. But I was also thinking at the same time, do a stream, maybe do an entire video. So I'm working on a whole ass Kuma video. And I think it should be done by the time the flashback is done, which would be about a week or two. So that's a big video I want to give to you guys. And then I'm still working on Endgame piece, and also a lot more that I've come about in terms of figuring out when rewatching One Piece, which is what I'm doing right now. So there's a lot of content that I'm getting for you, but just make sure to like tap in, keep your notifications on when I'm posted, and I just appreciate all the love I've been getting. So please make sure to subscribe to this channel as well. So TLA channel, and yeah, OPU, we do what we do.
For sure. Vex, you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, if y'all wanna subscribe to my channel, I'm still small time and kind of scuffed as hell, but I'm figuring it out. And I'll be putting out theory videos on my own, like some of the stuff y'all heard me spitting and stuff like that, and a lot more to come in the future. But I'm still mostly just doing live streams right now, One Piece D&D. If y'all wanted to hop in the TLA Discord, where we do a bunch of different kinds of D&D, like, but mostly One Piece D&D, we can get you set up if you've never really played before with a DM who could teach you. Like mine's group two solos, and we've got group 1 returning shortly, group 3 every Saturday on Dire Regulus's channel. We got a ton of cool like D&D, One Piece D&D content pumping out, and I just got like I'm super glad, that we've been getting a lot of love in our Discord recently. Like it's been popping off over there, so definitely jump in that as well.
Okay, cool. Well, actually, usually I don't be having much to say I've been working on, but I actually have. I was inspired by Hidden's Battleship Bag series, and I decided I wanted to do a similar thing with documenting my growth, just practicing soccer. So I actually have the first video done and edited and recorded. I just need a thumbnail. It's done. The first video is just me basically showing y'all where I am now as a player, which is 0. I like to do the blue lock. It's gonna be called the Black Lock Project.
Ah.
Let's go.
Let me help you with the title, Krow.
Yeah. I need help.
I got some ideas, bro.
I got some thumbnail ideas too.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's why I hit you
thumbnail,
up,
bro.
Yeah, I hit you up talking about who's your thumbnail artist, Prince. I don't know if that's what I needed for. But I think I also made a big mistake. I recorded everything in 4K, bro, and it takes so fucking long to do anything
render?
Bro, oh my god, bro. I'm doing 1080p for now, for sure.
No, you should do, because that's the thing, bro. Like 1080p is just I don't think people care too much about the difference, so that's why I just do 1080p.
I'm up here like, yeah, man, I'm finna do 4K. Either can't fuck with me.
Nah,
No,
it takes so much
I'm not doing
storage,
that.
bro.
I might have to redo the episode though, because that's like it's crazy. I can't even. I tried to send like a 5-second clip in Discord for y'all to see it. It shit says more than 25 megabytes. I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, no, that's
But yeah, I got that video done and shit. I might let y'all see some stuff from if y'all want to, because I can share a screen with y'all at least. But I'm working on a dragon video addressing the fraud allegations. I just wanted to sit down and just do a quick rant about it, because that was heavy to me. I see everybody going crazy jumping on that bandwagon, and I know the root behind it. It's always people from the other opposite fan bases that's just trying to find something
so
to start.
JD Legend going crazy, bro.
JD went wild. I watched it. It was hilarious though.
Bro,
I'm almost none of
Hime,
this play.
JD's always
yeah,
it's always
Hime's
fun.
been going crazy about it too. She posted a TikTok. I was just like, yo, just say you don't trust Oda. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, okay, y'all let Elder cook, but y'all already know how.
No, I got mad love for like, JD Legend and Hime and everything,
Yeah,
but like, y'all just gotta let this man cook. He's gonna be fire. Like,
yeah, let him cook.
Another
It's Oda.
case of reactionary weekly content.
I would just say,
That's what
remember what I said about how last week everybody was calling Kuma a cook, and everybody in love with Kuma. It's gonna be the same shit for Dragon. Everybody hating on Dragon right now.
But I
As
mean,
soon as Dragon shows up, it's gonna be man, Dragon top one, bro. Okay.
the reason why I respect it with JD though is because he doesn't hide, like he doesn't care, like bro.
No,
It's
JD
like
is
it's agenda
agenda
piece, bro. It's like
personified.
yeah, so I'm saying like so he just accepts it and just it's just what he does. So
It's
He has
who
an
he
opinion on
is
everything.
at his core.
No, he's an entertainer though. I fuck with JD. Like, he is hilarious, bro.
he
Like,
is, yeah,
there's
he
no
is.
doubt about it. He
He
like
is.
when he talks about things like
So
his
funny,
real
bro.
life situations, like Dragon. There's nothing you can do for me. I was like, bro, damn. I feel like you do it, man. But yeah, I've been working on some content. I got some stuff cooking. Yeah, I'm gonna get my shit right, and I'm gonna have the first episode of the Black Lock Project out hopefully this weekend, if not Monday. So yeah, and the Dragon video, if I like how it turned out, I'll just throw that up on my Power Hunter Krow account, one of many. But
yeah,
yeah,
I plugged 2 of your accounts in the chat. That's all I can really. I can't do too much more though. But
for sure.
bro.
Man, oh man, I got to do something about that. Yeah, he did Power Hunter Krow. Yeah, that's the first one. So yeah, appreciate y'all for coming through once again. The Last Ark. Shout out to Straw Hat Lucas. He is, like I said, one of the most charismatic, fun, loving guys. Seemingly, he's just he's very entertaining. Shout out to Kuba. I love his energy, his calm energy. When he talks, he commands the room. You feel me? And it's always cool to see you guys and how y'all dynamic. As different as y'all are personality wise from us, it all comes together so beautifully because we all love One Piece. So it works out. You feel me?
Yeah, and I love
But
I love
yeah,
theories,
for
so bro,
sure.
I really like
Yeah.
y'all stuff, man. So
Oh, and Smokey too. Shout out to Smokey too. He seems to be such a dope guy. I see all the
A wild boy.
there's all the stuff I be seeing. Like I said, I don't really be in the Discord unless we talking about sports. But every time I see something from Smokey and I read the title, I'll be like, "What is he talking?" This wild, bro. It seems
Yeah,
like
with
such an interesting guy, bro.
with Lucas and Smokey and Den, we got a anti-deadbeat dad policy in TLA. They're all really good, good fathers, and they take
Yes,
care of their
sir.
kids. That's why Smokey had to hop off a little early. But yeah, he's a pleasure to have around. And like I said, that's our emergency food supply, so we can't leave the house without him.
But yeah, man. Once again, man, shout out to TLA for coming through, man. It's always love with y'all boys, man, for sure. Anybody got anything else they want to add?
there we
Tell
go.
that man
Like
Smokey
it's-
to do it like Dragon does it and let his father raise the kids.
Bro. Oh, man.